Hey.
Hello, everyone. Thank you and welcome to the next secondary episode of Theta Thursdays. I'm Mifune, and I have over there, or over that direction, Dawn.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We have hopefully a fun show today. We got a lot of things to talk about. We have some guests that you guys have probably never heard of, other than Syndic is returning and me and Mifune are, and Docs now has a picture. And we're gonna let Mifune take it away.
So, the first topic I wanted to bring up today was the battle that took place earlier today. How did you guys feel about that? Anybody was there? Anybody see the stream of it earlier? What did you guys think?
I was there. I didn't get to go for like the full thing because when we were aligning, we were underneath the keep star and we were lining up. And Asher said, "Hit your MJD," and I did. And I got bumped halfway through, and it sent me like 100 kilometers horizontally to my left, not even up at all, and straight into an enemy fleet.
Did you die?
Yes.
I survived the entire fight in a fire tail and then got smart bombed by Redeemers in ZXP.
How fucking rude.
That is rude. I sadly...
That's a pretty baller move, though. Smart bombing Redeemers, like that's pretty baller. You got to give them that.
Yeah.
I lost my scouter ship. Literally, I don't know how I keep losing them. When I start streaming for INN, I have them tethered up, and then 20 minutes later, I just find myself dead. Like 300 kilometers off of wherever the hell I was tethered. Even though I control space, like, I don't know how it happens. I just die.
Are you in a fleet?
No. I'm normally scouting for INN. And thank you, newbie, for the subscription.
Mifune, can we talk about the fact that my character model is missing a shoulder pad?
Look, I
can we
can't...
talk about the fact that you are definitely doing blackface right now. Like, and I just find it wholly unacceptable.
Can we talk about that my character doesn't have shoulders? At least you have one.
I can't help that...
It would appear that Dawn's missing an arm, yeah.
Photoshop just doesn't like...
There's a super sexist comment to be made about shoulder pads here. I just can't pull all the pieces together.
I'm sorry that Photoshop does not like me. I have to get Brisk to show me...
On it, dude.
Yeah, I gotta ask Brisk how to do that. I gotta learn that. I'm sorry, I've had a busy week.
So, you do it the same way you normally do it, but you just put the green screen behind it first.
So anyway, without critiquing my shitty Photoshop job,
mine looks great. If you can tell, I have aviators on.
What do you guys think about the storms that started today?
I mean, haven't really done anything with them. They're not really close to us, so I can't really say much.
Somebody went to fucking PF TAC or wherever the test system is and got up to like 28 AU a second or something.
Was that in like one of the yachts or whatever that's got like the crazy warp speed?
I don't know, but I will...
That was a cruiser.
I know you've all heard this in this channel, but I will make this public. I'm making a declaration. CCP is going to fuck up the math at some point, just like they did with wormholes, and they're going to make like negative tracking or some shit. Like, mark my words, these storms are going to like just break somehow.
I think it's great that they've started off in Providence, because obviously Providence, Proviblock haven't got enough to do with the moment. So, chucking those storms in there for a start, I think that's a fantastic move by CCP for testing out their new storms. I think Provi are ready for it. CVA, and whoever left down there, is 7 still there? Maybe, I don't know. But it's great for them.
Content
is being brought, and I think Proviblock are totally ready for it. Like, totally.
They're definitely 100% ready for negative effects in their home space, while they, definitely haven't been in war for like 8 months now against Federation Uprising.
But here's the thing, didn't Provi get that warp speed one? They really need that. Their systems are like 200 AU wide.
Oh, god damn it, Don. That was the obvious joke I was going for.
Their
Sorry,
systems
I
are
got
like
shot.
400 kilometers large. Some of them, well, not that large, but like some of their things are 200-kilometer warps, and it's impossible.
They're really big, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what one of the biggest systems in Syndicate is?
Is it the
You
one
say
that's named?
Poitar, I swear to God.
It's the only named system in Syndicate, Poitot.
So there are 4 other ones that are going to come out, one of each type, and those are completely random spawned. I still am betting that it's going to start in Deep Delve, so it's going to take forever to get out of Delve. And it's going to be either the no cloaking or the no repping one. That's my
yeah,
call.
yeah, we're for sure gonna we're gonna eat
Didn't
just
they
donkey dicks on this one.
remove the no weapon effect?
No,
no.
I believe they changed one of them. I can't remember which one it was. They changed one of them because people said that it would bring too much of an edge.
I think they took out the point one where it was
Yeah.
double the point to
Yeah,
make
where
them
it
from
doubles the
20
point
to
range.
frickin' 40, or from like a Necosis with like an abyssal rolled point is you're looking at almost 200k potentially, or out to their lock range, whatever the lock range is on on the point. Now I'm not like a number person, so I could be wrong, but that's what a lot of people were spouting when these changes first came up. So they took that away from what I remember.
So, is there a way to see where these storms are at the moment?
At the moment, we don't have any way of tracking them other than people in the Eve community spitting it out to someone, and then other people going and reporting it on where they are and where they're moving to. As far as I know, I talked to some people, and the current thing is that they're trying to get CCP to add the status of the storms to the ESI so that they can be added to .land, and then .land can be used to report them. Just like we do with yeah, exactly, just like we do with the incursions. It's on the in-game map, yeah, but like we're trying to get it on an external thing, and that's gonna take a while.
Map sucks dicks.
The direction that I was going with that question is, it's going to be really funny when there's a bunch of cloak and nullified T3 cruisers that just gate into those storm systems where they can't cloak and just get blapped on the gate.
Get totaled.
Speaking of shit getting totaled, did you guys see the 2 fucking kills from ProGod Legend with his boosting ship without
Oh
rig?
yeah, he's on
Wait,
fake damnation.
Did he actually get a kill in those?
Yeah, he
No.
got killed in his boosting ship twice without rigs in them. And the rigs were in the cargo hold.
I saw
think
it the
it's-
second time, but I didn't see it the first.
I guarantee you that ship was named Damnation Rigs and Cargo.
Braver next door feeding him ships. But on another point, Mifune's been feeding me storm stuff all day, which is quite interesting. But you know, it's oh wait, hang on, the dog. Yes. No, Mifune's been feeding me pings all day, and it's been quite interesting. But it doesn't seem to affect me up in HiSec, so I'm quite cool with that.
You're up in HiSec?
How is HiSec apparently?
Well, it's fantastic. The routes have changed recently, obviously. I've had to go a little bit longer distance, but I'm still hauling shit, as you do. Something happened, though. Naraja, I don't really know what went on there, but that was quite interesting. My routes have got to bigger.
Yeah, like, it was really funny just seeing the stuff come out about Mittens wanting us to go for Triglavians, which I absolutely love Triglavian stuff. Zarmaz are the best ship in the game, at least for Logi. They are not broken at all and don't ever change them, other than give them their resist back. Because I used to be able to get like 200,000 EHP on a cruiser with a sig radius of like an ant.
1 sec, I'll be right back.
So, I wasn't there at all for that Ninjara stuff because the day that happened, I was on campus. Cause it's school with college, I gotta be on campus some days. So I really never understood what happened until after I got home. and found out that shit went down, but I wasn't there. What was it like? Was it fun to fight for the Triglavian? Yeah, I just fixed that. Thanks for pointing it out, Mike. But what was it like fighting for the Triglavians?
I don't know if any of us
Apparently
in here went
people
for it.
stayed up like all
I was
night.
there.
I remember the Chlorium was in bed really late the next day.
Yeah, so DeClorian, he went the entire time. It was, well, I don't know if it's a whole time that the Triglavians had been there, but by the time I joined him, he had been awake for 12 hours. And then I went to bed and he just got back from and woke up at like 11 or 12, and then he just got back to 1DQ to go to bed after finishing in Nyarja. So he was awake for over 24 hours.
And
Sorry, that's
Declarion was supposed to be here, so hopefully he'll arrive sometime.
I hope.
That's a little B trumpet, surely. Fair play.
Yeah, and what? So there were like two prongs of the trig thing. The first one is we got, obviously the Imperium down there running the sites, and then we had Triglavian people also helping with us, and we also had Mini Love who took out their catalyst and just kept ganking the FCs of the Resistance and other high value targets. And another thing we did is we would have separate wings of like augurs. And since if you were, neutral with the Triglavians, they wouldn't shoot you when you went into the site, so you'd just rep like the biggest thing there, so they couldn't trigger the next room. So we fucked with them in a lot of different ways and made it absolutely suck.
Now I wanna shift attention a little bit from that. Did any of you guys happen to hear Villy over the past couple days and some of the things
dude,
he has said?
I've said it multiple times. That guy takes a fucking gas compressor and he farts into it all day, and then he just huffs it right before he goes on a podcast. That guy's out of his goddamn mind.
Like, he was spouting from what I listened to last night and this morning, because I listened to it twice, was that the Imperium is poor and that we're running out of money.
And we unanchored, I believe you said 3 Citadel keep stars in Cloud Ring.
We did. We took out the ones in Cloud Ring because we didn't want to fight on those. So, but we haven't taken any other out.
Cloud Ring, literally the worst region in all of 0 space.
So,
well, like, go ahead.
Just
I was gonna pull up.
Save a poor goon pilot.
Now I pulled up the economic report from Eve, which they put out every month, and I pulled the economic report from November of 2019, which was a little.
That's not gonna be a good month.
That was like what? That was right before the mining changes, or right during the mining?
Before the mining changes, but it was after blackout.
But it was after blackout, and
right
still
before COVID, mind you.
and right before COVID, mind you. Still, Delve in mining value. Delve mined 4.6 trillion ISK worth of ore, while Esoteria mined only 2.4 trillion.
Is that number 2? Esoteria is number 2?
Esoteria would actually, yes, be number 2. So, I mean, I wouldn't say that we're necessarily poor. Because
Villy's, yes, we're not poor. Like, we took down the keep stars in Cloud Ring because why the fuck would you keep a keep star in Cloud Ring? Like, there's no point. But Villy's, like, all of his fart huffing claims about, like, we're gonna have a 30% slope and everything. I mean, he is talking about, like, those numbers kind of just prove, like, he's talking about we're gonna lose the useless motherfuckers that do nothing but rat or mine all day, and
good. I don't want those people. I don't want those people in my alliance.
We're not. I don't think we're gonna have a 30% slope. Like, there'll be one. Some of our multicultural brethren will surely depart ways.
So apparently
they're tenacious.
we got a cheer of 100 bits, and the message was, and I don't have the notifications because they have new ones and whatnot, but his little message was that he sold his refrigerator to buy Doctrine ships.
Yeah, a real man's not afraid to drink warm beer.
Like Romulus says, the Imperium's on a diet right now. It's just gonna slim down a little bit and look a bit sexier than it normally does.
You're not
Honestly,
wrong.
Like I have been able throughout this war, because I mostly just mine from my money. I have been able to keep my wallet at least at the same number from start to finish, other than like a few larger purchases recently. And that's from mostly just like the occasional mining we do and my business in high sec. So I don't know what they're talking about us going poor.
Yeah,
at
my
all.
my wallet's been pretty much the same since the start of the war. And that's pretty much been it. I mean, I haven't made any ISK per se, but that's mainly because I don't do anything for making money except for Super Rat, which we can't do anymore. So my wallet's just pretty much stayed the same, you know.
What are you
I've
talking
made
about?
just enough with a few mining ops here and there. I've made just enough to pay for the same ships that I bought over the past 3 months.
If we're talking about our wallet progress since the war started, I've made 20 bills since the war started, so we're not
Look,
poor.
no one wants to buy your rigs, dogs. I swear.
I'm not making
No, but
rigs
Last
anymore.
person who
That
what if
guy
did
you
got
made
already
shit
got
canned.
wait,
blacklisted.
what if you made 20 bill off of?
We actually,
Selling rigs to one guy who got shit canned for it.
yeah, we don't talk about that.
You're gonna have to tell me about that later.
Oh well.
Doc's been doing lap dances in 1DQ. I caught him.
Well, I think
Now-
the other
I'm,
day during a fleet, I killed. I think it was maybe a Brave Ferox or something, and we were looting the field, and I go to loot, like his can, and I open the can, and he's got no ammo, no modules, nothing. He's just got 12 female exotic dancers. And that's the
Yeah,
only
it's
thing on the
not-
cargo, and I was like, "This is freaking perfect. I love this."
Yeah, but that's legit. That's
Listen,
like
man,
basic
yeah.
loadout.
Listen, sometimes you gotta get pussy.
So, someone in the chat had a point. They did say that when Billy's talking, he's usually talking about like the Alliance wallet is going poor, which none of us in here will know the truth on that one. But I'm just going to go out of here. So, Doc said he just made 20 bill in reactions. You have to spend a lot of tax money on reactions. And if him and all the other people I
Couldn't
know that
me.
are doing reactions and T2 production and building dreads, still building Titans, things
No,
like
I
that are
mean,
going, the Alliance is still getting plenty
also
of money.
if Villy probably does have he probably does know someone who will like scope the actual like Condi wallet, but like the DJ's wallet is where it's at. Like the Condi wallet it's intentionally set up that way. Like that motherfucker doesn't know what's in the DJ's wallet.
And the Karma Fleet wallet alone can support just Karma Fleet for like 22 months on its own.
I
Yeah.
think he said like 18 months. Didn't
Something
he?
like that,
I'm
yeah.
not sure.
And there are other big corps like that, like ASCII, who probably maybe a little bit less so because it's ASCII,
They're
but
smaller.
they probably have but they probably have a good chunk saved up.
They're too busy hell camping TCAG with no bubble.
Yes.
So anyway, on another note,
Well, I was going to say, speaking of gate camps, Syndic, you've been down there a lot. How's the gate camping, besides drama, down in TCAG going? Are they getting a lot? Or is it kind of like back and forth? How's that going? Syndic.
I'm gonna bow out of this one.
Okay.
That's probably not a good thing for him to answer there, to be honest.
It's fine. I've been seeing they are constantly up, which is good.
Yeah, they're
So,
whether it's good or bad, I don't really have any idea, but they're definitely doing things.
and
I'm-
then we've been having lots of gate camps in
Oh,
Delve.
oh,
Good fight
that-
last night.
one thing I can say about TCAG, sorry, I lost to Thanatos there yesterday, and it turns out that when you're pointed, you can't dock up in the Citadel, which I learned about that when I lost to Thanatos.
That was in TCAG? I thought that was in 1DQ.
No, I was in TCAG.
So you moved it all the way down there just to lose it after how many days of
no.
having it?
Oh no, I'd had it down there for like a week,
Oh,
and then
okay.
I've had like a hard dread down there for a couple weeks. Like I was having fun down there for a while.
But now we're doing more camps in Delve. I mean,
Yeah,
the baddies like to bring all this fun stuff to us, like at our doorstep. So I don't have to go
Hot
that far.
dreads just mulch them.
We had lots of fun the other day when SwordGod decided to bring 50 something interceptors right into 1DQ, and they tried to ref the 1DQ to 5C jump bridge. And they got it down to like what was it, 90% shield before they all started scattering. And they didn't have a perch, nothing. They just warped to the other Fortizars on grid, and then warped to
yeah, I remember that. It like I don't even have epilepsy, and I was like, oh, that's what those fucking warnings at the beginning of video games are for, because I was like, Jesus Christ, what is going on right now? Because they actually starburst.
No, so at first, right? At first, we're in Theta comms, and someone comes in, and there you go. Oh yeah, there's a small interceptor gang in T5, and we're like, okay, how many? And he's like, 5 to 10. So I'm like, okay, time to deal with these baddies. So, I grab my PvP ship and I undock from 1DQ. And the first thing I see when my grid loads is just like 60 interceptors in my overview lined up right on the jump bridge at 0. And I'm like, that's a lot more than 10 interceptors.
Still not even that scary.
Yeah, I'd say just get like smart bombed or something.
Yeah, they got smart bombed on the gate, and then SwordGod, I guess, decided to get smug or something. I don't know, but he just aligned out and never warped, and then he was eventually pointed and then murdered by like 3 battleships in his little interceptor.
Funny story. About a week ago, Mifune turned up at the gate camp in some shit like a Kiki. I can't remember what he turned up in, some crap, and gets blown up and decides that's it, I'm out, I'm never playing again. 10 minutes later, he pops a 5 bill pot, I think it was, and some interceptor caught on the way, and it's, that's the end of your rage quit then, son.
So basically what happened...
By the way, Mifune, the beard looks fantastic. Look at that cat lick.
Yeah,
look at that cat lick on his beard.
The tiny shaggy beard that's slowly growing, right?
That's not a shaggy beard.
Yeah, I call it a shaggy beard because it's like a soul patch. It looks like Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
Speaking of, oh god,
that's what all my friends call it. They call it my shaggy beard. But it's funny because that day what happened was I lost 2 jackdaws in 2 separate jackdaw fleets. And I was like mad enough already that I had lost 2 jackdaws. So then I literally show up to the gate camp and I lose a 3rd jackdaw, and I was like, I'm so done with this. So then I decided to bring a bomber out of like complete and utter rage. I don't even know why. It was a dumb decision. And then I warped my bomber and I was trying to bomb a Necosis that was like the FC of the enemy fleet. I missed the bomb. And then the weird thing is that like I don't know what was going on with my Eve client, but I was aligned out and I wouldn't warp. Like I was aligned out and I would hit the warp button and it just wouldn't warp for a couple seconds. I don't know why, but it like took time to initiate the warp even though I was already aligned. So the weird thing is that happened again and my bomber got pointed and murdered. And I was so mad that I like was aligned out.
You were trying to bomb again?
A Necosis.
I wonder who pointed you.
I know, right? The
so
Necosis.
Solo rage bomb a Necosis.
Look, I was upset. When I get upset, I don't think clearly. So then,
you also,
like,
buddy.
So then
you
I
also
was
email the guy like, "Hey, I'm gonna get my high-set corp to ruin your life."
No.
Mate,
I wish.
It's like never undock from G to 4-4 the same.
So then So then what I ended up doing was I ended up getting like really upset. So I literally rage quit Eve, and I went to where I work at Wendy's, got myself a Baconator and a free Frosty, because I can get Frosties whenever the hell I want there, and I came home, I ate my food, I sat back down, and I said, you know what? Screw it.
Wait. Did you go there, work a shift, and then bring that home, or did you just go
No.
straight to Wendy's?
No, I could just go
grab
right up.
Baconator? Okay.
I literally
I'm
go
just
to the
trying
back.
to follow the chronology.
Yeah, no, I go into the back in my shorts and just make the burger myself. They don't care.
Fuck yeah.
Which is great,
Wait,
but
I was gonna ask you. Go
Before
ahead.
we go too far off topic, I was just wondering what was it that actually started this event again that made you try to rage bomb Lachesis? Because I forgot.
the fact that I lost so many jackdaws within like
he lost two jackdaws and two jackdaw fleets, and he was
Oh
jacked
my
over
god.
it.
Okay, anyway, carry on.
Yeah, so basically, after I got my Wendy's and I was, calming down from the absolute rage fest I was having, I came back home and I sat down and I was like, fuck it, let's log back in, join up the gate camp again, maybe I'll get better luck. And next thing you know, I hop in my Garmer, and we go to the gate camp. And literally at the gate camp, next thing you know, one of the guys that was with the Lachesis was in a malediction, and I pointed him in my Garmer, and we murdered him. And he turned out to be like 4 billion in abyssals, in addition to a fully fit slave pod.
No, it was a snake pod.
Snake pod. And I was like, what? What?
Now, see, when you started telling that story, I first thought you were going to talk about how you called your boss a bitch.
Oh no,
I'm not gonna lie,
that job, yeah.
was not at all worth the amount of time it took to tell.
Look, Syndic, you could shove it.
I mean, I'm just being real here.
So back to some of the topics. Right after the show, and actually the reason why we had to end the show instead of having fun continuing talking with Jay and Gennel and Syndic and everybody, the White Tech 2 Keepstar got initially refed. And that's why we were all like, okay, we all gotta go, bye. And I was there for that fight. I should have died at least 3 times. Like, they had me bubbled. But I don't know who bombed or PDS'd, but it saved my fucking ass. Were you guys at any of the initial ref or at the actual Keepstar fight on Saturday? I know Mifune was watching.
Yeah, I was there for both.
Was
But
that ZXB?
no, that was White Tech 2.
Next door.
Oh yeah. I was there, but I was in LGBTQIA.
Keep going.
Oh, hi, Tuzzy. I was next door, and I anchored a bubble, and I'm just murdered people as they came in 1C2Z, because I warped to that grid and was like, nope, that doesn't look like fun.
I was already in Y2 at the start of the reinforcement, because I knew with Theta and shit that it was going to be utter cancer trying to get through that gate. And I saw that they were lining up all the fighters around the gate, and I was like, do they not know how hard it is to get fighters back in tie-dye? Especially when you had to go a couple 1,000 kilometers, even with, speed boosts. Okay, let them do their thing. They didn't even kill that much on the gate, surprisingly. And then I just saw them slow boating over. I was kind of waiting with my thing. If you were on grid, you saw what I was in. And then I saw the bombing run. I had to watch it on the stream because the tie-dye was so bad I couldn't actually see anything out in space. Mifune, you got a really good shot of that, actually.
Thank you.
You should start taking your praxis on fleets.
Oh my god, Praxis.
Oh, that was today, right?
Which
What
one was
happened
today?
with that? The Praxis thing?
Today was the Praxis.
I was talking about your praxis that you were flying around Dell.
Hey, that thing killed 10 people before it died. It was great.
You're also screaming so much. It was so funny to listen to.
I'm here to entertain.
I was
Yeah,
just
but it was like, warp to me, I jumped, sorry.
Yeah, I sieged up on the wrong fucking gate because you did exactly what Docs just said. And so then I just got to listen to the rest of the thing from well, 180 more seconds, and then I can warp. And I listened to your whole shit slap.
The screeching.
You know, I get really excited, and there
Screeching.
were like 50
Dude.
people on me. I killed an enforcer almost completely by myself, and then
Don't
you're just
take
sitting
this-
at 0.
No, I'm not targeting you. Like, I love it. Like, you've heard me scream tons of times over this video game. Like, let's have fucking fun.
Honestly,
be
the
happy.
more things go wrong in Eve, the more fun it seems to get. It's strange.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
like, during the
even better
initial...
part in that
I did
particular
have
instance-
LO.
Shut up.
Oh yeah. How much?
Oh,
how
so yeah, I'll
much-
lay this side up for you guys. Oh, if I had LO.
Total of how much LO you have. Also,
Oh, I don't even know. I
I-
haven't even looked at my contracts yet.
See,
Um,
well, never mind. I'll tell you that tomorrow if you accept it.
so
Here's
I
the thing.
warped.
Total
say-
Newbie was saying he needs to act busy because Tuz is here, but what he should really do is go and fuel your recon and mark it down as a task.
He did. He gave me so much LO afterwards. Now, like I'm in the Praxis and my alt's in the Erasio. I was so happy. I was so prepared. Like, all right, I'll bring in the dreads if we need it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna bring this in, warp my recon down, and try to light the Sino, and nothing. I had just made the recon, so I never filled LO. But I was able to cloak up and warp off grid, so it's okay. And now I will never run out of LO after the amount of LO everybody contracted me.
So during that initial Y2 Keepstar ref, right after last week when we were interrupted, I was honestly really excited by it. I don't know if anybody else was, but I was like, finally, they're at Delve's doorstep. This war can begin, for real. I was excited for it. And then, like, the second time came around, and I'm like, all right, this armor timer is going down. Like, me and Sven were sitting there ready for it. I woke up at, like, 7 o'clock in the morning so I could shower and get ready for that stream.
And how many monsters did you have?
I had 3 monsters that morning. And we were expecting the armor timer to just die. And then as we're getting ready for the stream, we started seeing, like, Imperium members pull in, anchorable bubbles starting to go down, and then they jumped their capitals into it and they put every fighter on the gate, and I'm like, this is the stupidest idea they've ever done. Like, they already have 4 different sub-capital fleets on that gate. You do not need 250 carriers worth of fighters on that gate. You are going to have a hard time getting the fighters from the gate to the Keepstar. And that's what I literally said on the stream before the Keepstar even came out of ref. And looked what turned out to be their damn downfall. They couldn't get the fighters to the Keepstar, and it refed. And it, like, repaired.
No, today they didn't have that mistake.
For dumbass.
Well, they didn't have that mistake today because today we did not have any kind of force that was preventing their subcapitals from getting within range of the Keepstar. You know, with YTech 2, we anchored drag bubbles everywhere in a million different fucking places. Boat's bombing run played a huge part in winning that fight.
That was like the winning play.
That exactly was it. That was the winning play. But for this Keepstar that died today, we didn't have any drag bubbles, so their subcapital fleets were able to warp at 0 on the Keepstar with no resistance except for our fleets, and obviously they outnumbered us. And then there was no... they came prepared with the Ravens. They brought Jackdaws, and the Jackdaws brought Defenders, and Initiative tried. Initiative brought, like, I thought I saw, like, 90-something bombers there. But the Jackdaws just, there were too many, you know? And so they countered, they took what we came up with Y2, and they applied it to OTEC P and just bashed at it.
Do you have the battle report you can link to everybody?
Yeah, I have it somewhere. Yeah, hold up. I have it here. It's somewhere. You gotta find it.
Because, like,
few minutes.
I was really shocked at the numbers. Because we had 600 something ish, 650 relative, and they had about 2,400.
Yeah,
Most
there
of
goes
which
the
was
battle
foreign.
report. there goes the battle report in the chat for anyone that wants to take a look. That wasn't there. But it was an interesting fight.
Actually, it's even better because on that battle report, you don't see the fighter losses. And that's what like most of the fleets were shooting, from what I understand, is a lot of fighters.
Yeah,
Like-
a lot of fighters died. I know, if I look at my kill board, there's at least 2 fighter wing kills on there, and I didn't shoot many of them, so there must have been a lot.
I think somebody was saying in the Twitch chat earlier, I can't remember who, somebody said they killed like 50 billion in fighters, but there's no way to confirm nor deny that because the battle reports never take into account the fighters.
I'd believe 5 billion, but I'm not sure about 50. I doubt there were that many on field.
Because each thing on the battle report only shows I think it's only like the full squadron maybe, or it's like only one of them instead of the whole squadron, something like that.
Yeah, like a kill mail will only show the price of one fighter in the wing, and most of them are like T1 900Gs anyway, so it's not
So how
like
much
it
is a
was
total wing?
T2 Mali, is it?
A total wing is like 32,
one 900G
35.
is like 4 or 5 mil, according to Zkill, so a whole wing would have been, yeah, like Mifune said, probably about 30
35,
mil.
40.
So it's possible. Like, you know, that's a big hit to them. And we lost some ships, and we fought 4-1. You know, normal numbers with what we're dealing with right now. So like I get it could have been worse, and that's a system that we can't get to as easily just because it's out in the middle of fucking nowhere fountain. But the what was the other thing that we wanted to talk about today?
I think it maybe give some time and respect to the small gang FCs that are running constantly backwards and forwards. Yeah, I've changed my accent, by the way. They're doing a fantastic job, and they're doing the Blood Gods work, and like the small gangs that form to or are out there in Tosis in back can't even touch them. Like they're doing a fantastic job. Keep getting in those fleets, guys, because it's important. Like I know it's a ball ache, but it is really important, and you're doing great work. So, and I see them go out constantly, like every half an hour. Those FCs are burning their balls off. So, fair play and props to those guys.
Billy's in chat, which is funny. And he says that battle report we linked is including the fighters. I'll have to take a look because I'm not like savvy on that stuff.
Yeah, it does seem to be, now that I'm expanding on it, that battle report does seem to be including the fighters for the most part.
Oh, yeah, it actually does, is right. Fair enough.
Still a lot of fighters. That's also a lot of fucking carriers.
Yeah,
Now,
shit ton of carriers. Oh my god.
Now, okay, so with what they have, obviously, either ZXB is next, which is crazy, or One Smeb is next, in my opinion. Does anyone else, like, what do you guys think about that?
I have a feeling that PanFam is going to sit in YTech 2 for a bit and like anchor their own shit there, and then once they anchor their own shit there, move their staging from Deep Fountain up to the front line. And then once they do that, then Test will start to, I feel like, step up a little bit more, and they may either try and come for the ZXB pocket, or they might try and squish between that pocket and One Smeb.
Well, like, I'm thinking, because I know they just put a Keepstar out in the middle of Iridia, because they think it's funny or something, I don't know. Instead of, like, closer to One Smeb. Because, like, that system isn't in range of 1DQ very easily. But it's not to say we can't hit it, it's just not as easy. So that's why I think One Smeb might be the next choice of hits. Now, I'm not a master strategist, so I'm just going off of what I know about Delph. Wait, where's the other Keepstar at, Mr. Billy?
As Brisk says, those were...
Wasn't it? It is a Horde Keepstar, not Iridia. Because Frat put it down, and then gave it to Horde because Frat is their underlings and their pets and just living on their couch at the beck and benevolence of P Horde. But I don't know the other one.
Komodo. Really, I'm not sure what the hell you linked, because when I clicked on it, it's Dotland's telling me that it's wrong, that it doesn't exist. But
anyways, so what do you guys think would be the next move?
I feel like their best bet would be to move. Their best bet would be to move into NPC Delve, in my opinion, and just be pests for a little bit, and then push the front from NPC Delve. That's what I would do.
I think.
Then again, I'm a dumbass.
Would be a nail in the coffin. We've shown we can just sit there and camp. I mean, Big Bill could camp them by himself in NPC Delve. He could just go from station to station and never let them out.
I would say, I think PanFam, they're gonna come down to the gates of Delve. They're gonna shove some fleets through and see how that goes. And they're gonna hit a brick wall, and then they're gonna be like, you know what? We did our job, and just go back. Because it'll be as kind of revenge for what we did up in the north, where we purged some of their systems. They purge ours, they get back at us, they're like, alright. They go back home, and then we just kill Tess. That's what I think is gonna happen.
Billy, I think you can put it in the INN, and then we could link it ourselves if you really are adamant about that.
I conceive a link and it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's showing up as Dotland saying it's missing.
Comma where there's supposed to be a slash or something. I don't know, but it looks broken.
The messages get deleted because normal Twitch members aren't allowed to add links into whatchamacallit, into the Twitch chat. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank today, guys. I'm sorry. I've been tired all day. I've been doing my statistics homework and shit.
TV, you can still see it. But...
Yeah.
Anyone else have a prediction for once PandaFam get through all the keep stars and are in the gates of Delve?
I think I don't know where they're gonna come in from, but I know when they do, it's gonna be an absolute bloodbath.
I do feel like there's going to be heavy losses. Now, the question is, which side will those heavy losses be on?
Both.
Very true. I could see that. I could see, Imperium taking a bit of a hit, and then Test taking a little bit of a hit, and then both sides just kind of call it for a month or two to regain what the hell they lost, and then the fighting will continue. I can see that.
So, Billy linked it to me, and he says that they dropped a bunch of keep stars in all these different systems for a nice little chain, so that way Tess could actually come and help the fight, and do something. So
wait, Tess are actually going to show up?
I don't believe that.
Actually, we're going to stop hiding behind PanFam, and
I'm sorry,
actually,
we won't.
All the NC Titans and Supers are supposed, all 400 of them, right? Because that's big, are down in Fat GP, and then they've got a nice little Sino chain to allow them to get over to Mamaria or something in Iridia, which is still not even close to jump range of Delve. So,
they might try to bring them in through Fountain, then make it from Iridia to Fountain.
That's one Smith. If they're in Iridia, it's for one Smith, 100% sure. Because going up to Hophead, down through all of fucking Fountain, that's like a whole bunch of other jumps when you could just jump and gate through already and hope LSH doesn't kill you. Now, since they're friends with NSH, who are annoying, they may or may not survive. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, the war in Delve is gonna last longer than 2 months, no shit. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see how well Delve can hold up. I also really want to see the pings of, oh my god, guys, we're on the 27th structure in YTech 2. I know we're all tired, but we gotta burn through it.
I mean, I mean, they have the numbers though. They could just hit a bunch of things at once. So like, this is going to be real interesting just on our side to deal with this. And that's
Yeah.
kind of what I look forward to. We're just gonna have to take advantage of our size of ships we have and that we can use, as well as our numbers, because in Dell we do have a lot of numbers.
See,
And a lot of people want to stay in Dell. They don't really want to go outside of Dell. So
since I started playing Eve 5-6 years ago, I have always been on the offensive. When I was in Provi Block, when I was in Karma Fleet, when I was in Lawn, when I was in Sundering, every time I have done a war or anything like that, it's all been on the offensive. So I'm really excited to be on the defensive side for once, and it both scares and excites me at the same time.
it's called scroozing. Scared and aroused.
Is that a word, or did you just make that up?
No, Don just made it up.
It's a meme.
It's a Dawn
anyone else
thing.
know?
Did you get Steve then, Dawn? What was
No,
that?
Don.
Scroozed.
No, we don't.
Oh my god.
We're
But
normal people, unlike you.
We don't make words up in our own heads.
no,
That's
that is somebody
Dawn.
else's word that I made up. But so we've had a lot this week. I mean, we've had Nyarja getting flipped. I don't know how we had time to do that. On top of at least 3 or 4 Keepstar fights, because we're finally getting to those. Like, instead of just the whole like, let's poke some eye hubs and have some Necosis thing, like we're finally going for like the big stuff. And I'm excited because I've got some supers that I've never used because Theta cannot hold out. I've got a Titan that is raring to go, but I've never gotten to throw it in because either A, Theta wasn't gonna hold it, like I DC like crazy in tie-dye, or just never really had an opportunity. The enemy just kind of ran away.
So the weird thing is that CCP's been like reinforcing the nodes for these fights, and like for the armor timer for YTech 2, I felt great. Like I felt that the server was nice and smooth. We even had a CCP convict in Twitch watching the stream, making sure that everything was going okay, and I was fine. But like the second we go to the hull timer today, and my Eve client's crashing like 3 times. Like, and it was less people in this fight than there was last week.
I think that's because they had a patch day, which a lot of people reported a lot of issues because they added storms to the game, which are no one wants these. I'm afraid this is what they think is gonna replace like resources to like have clouds of Spotamate fly through the sky.
I like
No.
to refer to those storms as chemtrails.
Since the mineral changes, I've been saying this since CCP announced the mineral changes, but I really want to see CCP specify each different type of nullsec ore to a specific region. So like you have a region that is just filled to the brim with spod, another region that's filled with this rock, another one filled with that rock, and it's an incentive to have wars like we are now. Like, in all honesty, I think this war was honestly started because Tess said, hey, we're fucking done and we're bored, let's start a war, right? But, like, could you imagine actually having to actively fight over regions and be constantly moving
So,
around for
The issue
ores?
with that
Yeah, I was about to say you
is
should.
we've already got racial ice in different regions, and no one fights over that.
I mean, I would fight over having Galente ice if I thought it was worth it enough.
Yeah, but we've never gone to war because we wanted Galente ice.
No, we just bought an entire region so we could have Galente ice.
You know what I mean, though. Like, we
It
don't go
fountain.
over to Minmatar space. Like, I really need Minmatar ice. I mean, it could work. There might be something there, but with like the data that we have, I guess you could say, there's not much that points towards that actually having much of an effect.
I mean, yeah, trade hubs and things like that. Or trade deals would exist even worse than they do now because we would all just agree like, okay, well, we're just gonna all take it to Jita, even though that's semi cut off from Amar now, which is great. We'll just take it to Jita and then we'll fucking buy it from there instead of like
Mining it ourselves. I can see it,
actually
yeah.
getting it yourself.
I mean, some people like the storms. I personally am iffy about them. I have to see how they do in something like a fleet fight. I feel like the storms would be more interesting if they were to like happen at random. Like if we were fighting over a particular objective and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, clouds are coming in, y'all, the storm's about to begin, and then it just randomly starts mid-fight.
I mean, could you imagine if like that no repping one just landed today on the Keepstars, or even like last week's Keepstar fight, or the upcoming Keepstar fight?
Oh
Just
no,
no reps.
CCP
Which-
would be like, CCP would be getting so much hate, it'd be like a boycott, just like Blackout.
Oh, if there was no reps options, I'd be like, we need to find a way to get dreads in here now and just kill every carrier. I don't care how many dreads it costs us.
I wonder if that breaks tether reps as well.
They do. You actually get an aggression timer now from repping. If the person you're repping has an aggression timer, it's bullshit. But
what I mean is the effect of the storm but nerfs reps if it affects reps when you're tethered.
oh, that is. I don't know if it's the same mechanic. That's interesting.
That would be
That's the
interesting,
sort
like
of thing
along with the
Syndic was
no
talking
reps,
about,
just
though,
like
when you said it'd break things.
Is
So
Syndic
what
back?
was Mifune?
I don't know if Syndic's back. I was gonna say that's interesting. Like no repping, but the repping includes being tethered, so like nobody can tether. That would be interesting.
Well, it's not no repping, it just nerfed it by like 90%.
Yeah, so like what if no matter where you are on the Citadel, it's always the red tether? Or like the tether range is like completely reduced and scrunched to like practically nothing.
Don't give them
That'd be terrible.
ideas.
Don't give them ideas.
Don't
be
give
terrible.
CCP ideas, right?
So the other thing that has been big this week for me, and I know your guys' opinion on it, well, some of your opinions, is Eve Echoes has been out for about a week, roughly-ish, maybe a little bit less. And I'm having a blast playing it. I don't know how many of you are playing Eve Echoes, but I'm playing Eve Echoes. And it's like Eve Light, but there's a lot less I have to worry about.
Dawn,
What?
have you seen one of the newer commercials they have for Eve Echoes?
I have not.
I'm gonna send it to you, and you tell me that there's a god.
Should I play it on the stream so that we can all watch it as a group? Because I haven't
there you
watched it
go.
either.
All right, I'll look at it in a minute. But
Here, send it to me, Don, and I'll shove it up, and we'll review it. Theta reviews CCP trailer. Let's do it.
All right, no, we're definitely not putting this.
Ugh. Okay.
Why? It's literally a CCP ad.
Because there are no coveters in the game, so it's not even real.
No,
Ooh.
it legitimately is a real CCP ad.
I was so happy earlier
But
when
there
she
are no coveters.
she got
Just
a
like-
warp. She got a warp disruptor earlier, and she was so happy. Aww.
Yeah, the warp disruptors are rare in the game,
You were
which is
super
really
happy.
weird. No, someone else in the group had it. I found a
Oh,
group
well,
of goons
not
to
even
join.
you.
Not
Someone in
even
your
me.
team.
I'm in a little venture trainer. They don't even have like Tech 1 ships. They call them trainer ships. Like, here's like the one you get as achieving the tutorial. It's like kinda okay, but it's also kinda shit.
Dogs, would you like to share your little quote about the Rifter and Eve Echoes?
That's nah.
Nah, you don't want to share a joke? I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was hilarious when it was like out of the blue, but when you prompt it, it's
Yeah, I can see it, yeah.
So I guess from each of you, what are you looking forward to coming up this next week?
I am probably looking forward to the upcoming Keepstar fights. I'm waiting, really, for Horde and all them to attack Y-Tech 2 again, or at least attempt to, or maybe even one SMEB, who knows. I'm just excited to see them go at another Keepstar again, and then watch the defense when it comes closer to Delph.
Syndic, if you're there, where'd you go?
No, he left you for another
must-
one.
Dead
Syndic
ship.
died.
Damn it. Okay, Ragnar, what are you looking forward to this week?
I'm looking to do more sneaky beaky shit. in enemy space.
Line it up with newbie.
No, well, I mean, yeah, but that's not an enemy space. It's talking about in general.
And then poor man, what are you looking forward to this week?
I'm looking forward to hauling large freighters through Niraja. Possibly this week, but full of shit. Like I'm just going to fill it with everything that I can buy off the market and just fly it through Niraja, gate to gate. That as well, and maybe some more Theta camps because I love my Theta camps.
Is your high set characters Blue Dragoons, or are you just risking it for that biscuit?
Well, I'm just going to do it for the hell of it. Why not? I mean, the route's blocked, so 35 jumps. I mean, I've got to make it through one of those 35, like the dangerous one. That's all I got to get through.
So when I see the 30 something billion freighter kill on the front of Z kill, and it's Mr. Porn Man.
I reckon I can top that. I reckon I can. Yeah, I'll go even higher.
Oh God, please don't go any higher than that.
I'm just I'm buying up all the Raven hulls at the moment. I'm going to fly them through there.
Mifune, drag DeClorian.
Oh, is DeClorian here? Man of the life of the party is finally here. What's up, DeClorian?
DeClorian. Okay, he may not be here, but we pulled him. Hey!
Hello.
Hey, Dickler.
Are you able to switch him out on the stream or not?
Yeah, I can switch him out.
Well, DeClorian, you missed an hour of entertainment. Billy was here for about 5 minutes bragging about dropping a bunch of keep stars in Empire and low sec space.
Oh,
and
fuck, I missed that.
Yeah. And then we've been the most ADD tonight, I think. Talking about everything, but never staying on track to finish a topic. We're just like circling around and around and around. So, were you in the fight today?
No, I saw it, but I wasn't in the fight itself. I was doing other stuff. Yes.
And then, but were you on the fight last week on Untitled Saturday?
Again, same thing. I wasn't on grid. I was doing other stuff. Well, I was on grid for like 5 minutes last week. I bubbled their. I did the initial bubble on their fleet.
And then, you were running the Nyarja stuff, or were you were?
Yes.
Tell us about that. I mean, like some of us kind of like knew that you were out there for like 18 hours in a row, but can you tell us about like really what it was like to run it?
Okay. Okay, so I told the story already on the fleet, but some people don't know about it, so I will talk again. So basically, it all started, in case you don't know, the Ep2 when was being attacked, we hostiles created a bunch of timers in Delph, period bases, Querios, in iHub timers. So 2 days after, we had to do the cleanup job. So 2 days after, GSFOE formed up. We organized to see what iHubs we care about and which ones we don't care about. We came with a number of 25 iHubs that were refed and that we care about them. So we did in a span of 10 hours. We GSFOE defended effectively all the 25 iHubs that we proposed that we would defend, and that was a huge win for us in my books. And when it finished, Mittens came along and talked to me and said, "Okay, I was thinking about some things. I have this job that I want this to be done." And I'm like, "Okay, let's go for it." I didn't knew jack shit about what to do. I didn't knew what the Triglavian things was. I didn't like. I did the Abyss only. I haven't done this new scythe thing still. So I called a few friends, Spike McFire, Galaka, and Galaxier. And those are some guys that Spike McFire and Galaka are the directors of the incursion thing. And Galaxier is someone that's doing stuff about Triglavians. So we basically, in half an hour, we created a plan on how to do the Nyarja thing. And none of us knew what the fuck we were doing. But yeah, we did it for science. So when we got there, we started doing science, a lot of it. we understood how things worked. So we start optimizing what we were doing in 17, 18 hours. After we got there, we managed to claim all Niarcha to the null sec thing in record time, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's it, mostly.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I play.
It was a full, by the way, in case you don't know, it was full 17, 18 hours of a huge fleet with me coordinating, sort of, and Spike McFire FCing, and having some other FCs going in and out to help out. Mittens was also with us, having fun also. So he stood up with us all night to do that.
Vince has been doing a lot of stuff lately.
Honestly,
Like-
he's been a lot of Eve stuff
It's really
lately.
cute. Like he's like discovering like all this stuff we've been doing for years. He's like, Rorquals are awesome.
I caught him mining the other day.
PI's awesome.
Yeah, well, I've been in the belt with him when he's brought like 2 raw cores out. It's strange to see him doing stuff, but it's also it's nice.
Well, he's finally like getting a chance to actually play the game instead of just doing his space job. And I feel like that's what's so awesome about it, is the fact that he's actually playing the game for once.
I mean, he's always been able to play, but it's not everybody's cup of tea right away. And there's been a lot of changes that have made the game more tolerable. I wish I was here when the Rorquals first came out, when each excavator was its own Hulk. Like, just fucking watch it suck up that ore.
Honestly, they don't even need to be that strong. They need to be functional.
They need to be stronger than subcap miners, and that's about it.
I just want to be able to like mine a rock that's not gonna die in 2 cycles.
Facts.
Mittens and the Phoenix at the beginning of this. Now that I'm remembering. The Phoenix entosing shit in
Oh, I
ZX.
remember that.
Yeah, that was funny.
Intosising has actually been something I enjoy. Like
I enjoyed
getting
it.
in. Bifrosts are fun because you can just run away, but what I like more is bringing like a Drake or a Vexer. And then when they send small stuff, I just fucking mulch them, and they actually have to send a full fleet after me to stop me.
Well, the
Let's
new
talk more about how fun Entosis is when DeClorian abandons you in the middle of Esoteria
Oh, you too?
after hero toasting for 3 hours.
When you're in a Nereus,
I was in a Nereus and I had to tank 4 different gate camps with my Nereus. I was a clown shoe, so it was just like self-repping or like passive rapping.
So basically, what you were asking is, after 3 hours of doing hero job, like perfect job, you were the perfect pilot done. You did everything you had to do. At the last seconds, we had some decisions to make. We made them, and one of them was to leave you behind. And
I spent the next 2 hours trying to filament out of Esoteria, and every filament kept taking me back to Esoteria.
will say that we can probably carry on, I believe, but I think we've gone over an hour.
Yes, we are roughly 1 hour 10 minutes. Now this was the time last week that we got interrupted for the YTech 2 Keepstar. So I swear to God, if you guys are gonna attack the Keepstar, now is the time. Please, just
before it gets too late. You know.
Take a minute to wish Justin a happy birthday as well, Theta boy.
Oh yeah, it's Justin Stargraft's birthday today.
Oh, is it? Well, happy birthday to him.
Mate.
The only person I got to get on the show now is Necosis.
Oh God, getting Necosis on here would be great.
No, I need to get John on this.
John
wants to be resistant.
He doesn't want to come on here, but we'll get him.
I need to come to pick him up.
We'll get him. We'll get him on here eventually.
I mean, this is basically like what ThetaCons is like all the time. We just talk about whatever and have a good time doing it.
And
so that Billy guy showed up. Now I'm disappointed.
That who guy?
Billy.
Oh, Billy? I mean, he wasn't being rude, so I don't. I
He
mean,
was
Billy.
just posting a link and he kept getting
And
fucking
it kept getting
shit
auto-deleted.
deleted.
And it wasn't that it was getting deleted that scared me. It was the fact that when I clicked the link and it just wasn't working. Like,
Because it was
that's
a
what...
broken link. I could see it and it was broken.
Honestly, there's very few people in this game that I absolutely like hate.
Hey,
There's
yeah.
a couple, but you know, it is fun to meme like this person's an idiot, this person's terrible. You know, because each side can say it about how things are going in the war. But you know, most of us like plebeians like us, the line members, we're having a good time either way.
Speak for yourself.
Hi, Jay.
For yourself.
Is that
What
Mr.
you
J? Hello.
Hello, my lover.
Did you see Declarion on? You were like, my jam. Okay, I think Jay just woke up.
No. Oh my god, no.
Or you?
I did. So.
You didn't wake up, you just phased into existence.
It's like, bing! Here's Jay. So, Jay, we've had a very ADD night. We've talked about everything. What do you want to talk about?
I don't really mind. I'm just here to have a good time.
Okay. Well, you were at the fight today? Because I saw you up in command, so I know you were partially there. What were you in charge of?
I was doing everything.
Everything?
Yeah, no one else did
Everything.
anything. I was basically doing everything single-handedly. Like,
You have enough alts I could actually believe that.
I
So,
was doing a Ferox fleet, shooting fighters. I killed like 1,300 fighters or whatever.
It's a lot of fighters.
You see, guys, I am your gateway to Jay. So Jay wasn't here the whole stream. I came up and Jay shows up.
I didn't want to bother Jay because like I know you guys have all had like the long day of fighting. So I just wanted to give you guys a break, but
It
hey.
wasn't exactly long. This was pretty normal.
So you didn't bother him, but you bothered me. What the fuck?
Could have gone. I wish it when it went on. I wish it was like you get like bulkheads you could put on keep stars, make it last even longer. That was amazing.
That'd be hilarious.
Do you wish the Keepstar had a blue pill? Nobody?
Being
Make it anchor
naughty Dawn.
faster.
She is. Wait till Necosis hear about this. It'll give you a good
Dawn
talking
is
to.
one whole drink through. I have had an entire drink of bourbon now.
One drink.
One drink that was, pretty full. But it's fine.
Did you see
No,
the
she's just drinking
video?
out of the bottle.
What video?
The super train video thing?
Yes, I loved it. It was hilarious.
It's really good. The funny thing is that's the original music for that video as well.
Really? I thought that was...
Yeah, we didn't add any music or anything.
I thought that was edited in. I thought it was
actual-
genius.
No, that's the actual intro to the 1979 flop of a TV show called Super Train.
It was about like a
That's
rope
hilarious.
that was going on.
It was
Yeah.
like one of the most expensive TV shows like ever made at the time. And it completely flopped.
Ooh, that sounds a lot like Disney making Treasure Planet, and then they spent like...
Treasure Planet's an awesome film.
I know, but it's an awesome film. I love it as a film, but if you look at the box office numbers, it did absolute garbage when it came out.
I never watched
Because
it.
it was baited.
It's the only
it's
Disney
like-
movie I've never watched.
It's really
Overly
good. It's
expensive
really good.
thing.
Sorry,
Speaking of overly expensive things that flop, how about this war, huh?
Oh yeah, Jay, you didn't get to see it, but Billy was so kind to link me where they've dropped Keepstars in each system.
Yeah, no.
It was like 10. He was like, ha 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 ha.
It's
I'm
like
like,
11,
okay.
11, 10 to 11 points they have to do.
So
It's really funny actually. I think it was yesterday or the day before they online one in Losec, and some PLA dude spent like an hour and a half just shooting it so they couldn't refit it. After it onlined, they just kept pinging it with bombers, and it would.
Sometimes I love
you
our
can't
multicultural brethren.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you
God,
can't
somebody
refit a
did that.
Keepstar if it's repairing, so you just keep pinging it every 15 minutes.
That's amazing. Because they were talking about like there were some bomber fleets out here, and don't know what they were trying to do, but I guess they weren't prepared for it. Like, that Keepstar's not even in range of, like, anything good other than, like, I guess jump freighter routes?
They're gonna take it from all the way from Fat and Catch, all the way down to like Iridia, I guess.
So they want to do the 12 jumps in Supers and Titans.
Yeah, it'll take like a couple hours, whatever. It's better than taking a gate, right?
I mean, are they going to stay there? Because they still have to take a gate. I mean, I guess they could jump into
No,
CA9.
once you're in already, you can jump into like barriers and North Delve.
Yeah, but like that's all in super range. So like, oh no, you're in upper supers. Okay, now what?
And we have a super fight. That's kind of the idea of it, Dawn.
Oh
Unless
yeah.
you pay much attention to the grand strategic theorems.
You have done in Sky Marshal.
Yeah, let me be in charge. Like things will get fucked up in a week.
Less than
Like
that.
her plans will just be the most obvious for the given situation.
It's gonna
It's
be
like, oh, really, Dot?
warp.
The floor is meow floor, huh?
It's gonna be like
Shut up.
warp to the Titan fleet. Oh, sorry, the Titan fleet jumped.
Yeah, I've got the whole Titan fleet, but I forgot Ozone. My name is Don Rhea.
I've done that like once, just because it was yesterday. You didn't get to hear about it, Jay, but I worked my recon into a fight and was gonna sign up, and then it was like, wah wah.
I've done that a few times. Don't worry
At
about
least
it.
you didn't try to solo bomb the Jesus.
Hey Jay, remember that time that I got tackled in an anomaly, and you're like, "Hey Syndic, is there a Sino in him?" No, there's no Sino in him. You win. Okay, there's a fucking Sino in him. Okay, let's kill the Sino in him. Okay, Syndic, why you're Sino?
They didn't have it low. I remember that.
I don't have any fuel.
Spent like 15 minutes trying to kill this in here. He finally kills it and doesn't have liquid ozone.
Oh shit, that was the days.
No, Jay,
Hmm?
go ahead, declare.
You are kidding me? Nightmares are coming back. Nightmares on the fucking Vietnam from the Kiki Moors that were in. You remember that episode?
The time I had to wake Jay up at 4 a.m.
Exactly. Ragnar not being able to sign up, and
It wasn't my fault. I was more than 100 off, and it just wouldn't let me.
Oh my god!
Dawn jumping some supers from Theta into the grid without telling me, without a proper
Oh
call.
yeah, I remember that.
Me
You guys
having
were on
to
grid
defend all of that shit.
feeding fighters for like 30
Oh,
minutes
shit,
because you
is
couldn't
there?
kill Kikimoras.
It was really bad. Like I was defending like the first wave. I didn't anything. I had nothing to do with that. The second one I didn't also. But the third one, when they attacked on oracles with the Kikimoras, I came there with RPs just to check around, to get grid control and shit like that. Killing the inhibs and shit, like suiciding RPs to kill inhibs, like it's fine. And Dawn was like, "Yeah, let's bring the supers and make this defendable and shit like that." All of a sudden, Ragnar fails his fucking Sino. When finally we get the Sino and get the supers on grid, it's a shit comp supers. Like no one took care of the comp. It's just like 20 random supers. One of them is a Ragnar that bounced and is like fucking far away from everything.
Ragnar that bounced up.
No, a Ragnarok.
A
Yeah,
fucking useless ass Ragnar.
Yeah, like, what was the point of that Ragnarok? I don't even understand. So, like, for context, for those who weren't there, because I know a lot of you weren't, basically we had a Kiki fleet come in and tackle a Revenant of some Russian streamer who, like, there is a stream of him when this
streams
happens,
him
and he's like,
crabbing.
Wait,
he
earlier
like
today?
That
No,
was
this is like
Constantine
like 7
Overlord, yeah.
Yeah. So like it was a couple months ago or whatever, right? So like we found this, like, he had been streaming the entire time during this fight. He's ratting and streaming, and this Kiki fleet comes in to try and kill him. And like he goes from like chilling back in his chair to all of a sudden like super intense, like right up close to his camera and his screen, freaking the fuck out. And then I jumped some people in just to like get them to go away so we could get the Revenant off. And some retards in like a dread and a carrier warp in to just fucking die. I mean, I can only do so much here, people.
Yeah, but that was the first and then the second drop. I'm only
The second
talking
drop.
about the third, because they did 3 different drops with those Kikimoras. The first was that revelation on that streamer, the drop on that streamer. The second one, some skirmish commander took a fight on the Kikis on the gate, like jumping into the Kikis on the gate and just dying horribly. And then the third one was the one where the oracles were in danger, like 5 or 6 oracles were in danger. So I came up to defend them. Yeah, one of them died. It just like it was the Ragnar Sino fault.
And then like I'm sitting there trying to like I'm pinging, trying to get help. Like everyone's just like, because it's in like the worst time zone. So I like messaged Jay on Discord at like 4 a.m. for him, and he's like, Jay, I need help, please. No one's listening to me.
Yeah, because then like I don't have keys for shit, so I'm not FCing supers or anything like that. And all of a sudden I have 20 supers on grid that are dying, and I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't ask for this.
If you ever run into this kind of situation again, just know that I am a fully qualified, certified super capital
Not
FC.
even close to giving you keys to anything.
I mean,
Prefer to stay inside.
technically,
Mifune, stop
I've
yawning, your
FC'd.
beard's going to fall off.
What?
I've
Stop
FC'd
yawning,
Titan.
your beard's going to fall off.
Yeah, my
If you
chair,
wanna
which
count-
totally doesn't kick back.
He's
If
just
you wanna-
yawning. Look, he's just yawning constantly. Mifune, stop
I'm
yawning.
sorry, I'm tired, people. Damn.
I know, and you're the only camera person because DeClorian's not providing.
So
Like,
I can, but I just woke up, so but
okay.
I can.
I wanted to say that I still remember before this war started, and it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and some Rorqual got tackled, and we, you know, those of us who were awake went to go save him. And I was so tired, I ended up staying up for the rest of that night. Just went to school the next morning. Almost fell asleep in my math class that day. And I still remember my math teacher asking, "Why are you so tired?" And I wasn't thinking straight. And I was just like, I was too busy saving a Rorqual last night. And she goes, "What's a Rorqual?" And I'm like, "Don't worry about it. It's some nerd shit."
Mifune was jumping into the water to save a whale in the middle of instead of going to bed. Jay, what are your thoughts on the storms that are now live? There are 4 that are to come and are going to be completely random.
I think the storm thing is dumb.
I
I
distinctly
think it's
remember your comment.
completely stupid idea that they added to the game. They keep adding things to the game instead of fixing the problems, though. It's glaring.
Pauses still exist.
I distinctly remember reading your Reddit post that said, this is actually a pretty cool idea.
I mean, yeah, if you read it, it's a really cool idea that it exists, but I hate it. I appreciate the concept and the time that went into developing it, but you know, it's like if it was on the all space, like you could do it in high sec and low sec as well, then I guess it'd be a little bit better. But for just null sec, it seems like it's fixing a problem once again that doesn't exist.
And we need something to spice things up.
It's a solution to a problem that doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's like it's creating a bunch of problems as well because of that.
Oh yeah. So my call, Jay. You weren't on here when I publicly stated it. They're gonna fuck up the math just like they did with wormholes, and like make like tracking negative or some shit like that, or like optimal range is negative or some shit. Like they're for sure like at some point in the next, I'll call it 60 days. Like they're gonna whoops the math and like completely fucking break something.
That wouldn't surprise me.
They break the warp speed thing, and the
it's
warp.
very hollow in my opinion as well. It's like it's very clear they want to test out no camping in certain systems and increased, you know, mining anomalies in some systems based on different parameters. But this is just a terrible way to go about it.
Well, also, and that's like the micro, but like clearly it's like a CCP Fozzie fucking retarded idea where like his macro is like roaming alliances, like not making home in 0-0, like living day to day or whatever, and it's just not reality at all.
Can't wait for them to come to Delft though. I think that'd be really funny if they come to Delft during the war.
I would have put a lot of money that one of them started in Delft, like fucking 1DH or something.
Yeah, it's like those drifter spawns, right? That were totally legit.
So, do you think they actually have the logic built in so that an incursion and a Daggleflower and a storm, like, are they mutually exclusive, or could you have
That'd be funny if you had like 4 different things going on
Yeah,
and they all
right.
counter each other.
Right, like you have like
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
the incursion rats that point whatever the fuck happens at a Tragglefar site, and also like you can't cloak or something.
How fucked up can we make this system for 24 hours? Pretty funny
It's
and
just
sucked to play in as well, I think.
Oh, dude, I wouldn't sleep for 24 hours. Like
No.
I would be like, what can we do next? Like sniping thrashers, let's do it.
I could imagine
Whole tank
CC.
Brutixes, let's do it.
Oh,
This is going to come up to me, isn't it? I'm going to have to clean this shit and do a 24-hour thing again, aren't I?
Oh no, like the storms, like multiple can lay on top of each other. Like on CC,
Oh
three
my-
of them converged on CC. Like 3 centers were on top of each other on CC.
Was it like right around PF tac though?
I don't know. It's probably gonna be 1DQ, knowing my
No,
fucking
no,
luck.
no. No, I'm saying on CC, if all of them converge on PF tac, that wouldn't surprise me at all, because that means that their
Just
trap
test down the
path
mechanics,
somehow, yeah, the mechanic somehow relies on like player activity, gate jumps, some shit like that. So if everything converged on PF tac, that's actually a nice tidbit of information for the people who want to reverse engineer, or like however the fuck they're doing this.
So
No, I want
apparently
the
it's
storms to like not touch each other. Like they should have a mechanic that if a storm is next door, that they like push each other away if they can.
so it's my understanding. I read the dev blog once or
Sorry,
twice.
Mifune, but Don, you're just adding to they're going to break that fucking math
Mhm.
at some
You
point.
know-
Like, whoops, like it's pushing. Like we have storms and they're drawing closer to one another, but then they're pushing away, and all of a sudden your tracking is 100 radians. No, 1,000 radians a second.
Did you? By the way, just a tidbit here, Jay. Did you notice that we have Richmond's brother with us today?
How you doing?
Richmond Kings.
That's good.
We have poor son or poor man. The names don't match.
At least Rogue's not on contract in 1DQ. I don't see any.
They said that until we seed the market, then you can use Ravens for the fleets.
We'll just take some out of the hangar then.
Yeah.
Embezzle some.
Like, just take it out of the
You're
billion.
welcome, mate.
Yeah, I'll just embezzle some.
But bet.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
born
ask
and,
you
I am
that.
born and bred.
You know, let's
That's
ask you because
embezzled. I don't like this question.
no, Billy earlier this week was spouting that goons are poor, and all the
We are,
consensus
indeed.
here is all of us are happy and not poor.
No, I'm poor. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm making an absolute
I
fortune.
still want.
Poor
give me that.
Pullman, obviously you're economically
Yeah.
challenged.
I've been out in the Noctis, just cleaning the fields. I'm making an absolute killing.
Oh, I need to create a thing again. I'm going to create a corp. It's the DeClorean, the Dick Titan Fund. We can advertise it here.
Just drain high sec puppies of their money and then run off with the tax money.
Dude, it doesn't work that well anymore. I used to do that as like a pastime just because I really fucking enjoyed it. But they've actually added in like enough like pop-up warnings and shit. It's not as easy anymore, unfortunately.
What's the
I was just
original
saying for
question?
people. No one knows, Jay.
Okay.
What? I was
That was
asking
the original question about if we're poor.
are we poor?
No, we're not poor at all.
Yeah, because like you know, he's
He
claiming
also
that
he also cited that we unanchored 3 keep stars in Cloud Ring, to which me knowing nothing, I was like,
We
yeah,
haven't
because they were in fucking Cloud Ring. And like, why the fuck would you leave anything
Sounds
in
like-
Cloud Ring? Like, it's a
Sounds like,
dog shit region.
Concern trolling or projecting, it sounds like.
If you actually read it, I mean, listen to it, like, it
I'm
doesn't
laughing
sound
my
like
shit out of
that. It sounds like he just took a big mainline hit of his own fart.
I can also confirm, based on things that I've seen, that we definitely have like a decent amount of disposable income.
I
Do you
love
see the boat? Do you see the boat screenshot? Is this what this is about?
No,
Fucking-
Yeah,
it's
no,
not
it's
that.
Oh, the
Yeah.
boat
it's- no,
screenshot is
no, the
hilarious.
They
conversation
also
started
did
with
fake,
that.
which it probably
No,
is.
no.
It's
The
not.
conversation started with that. It was like, oh, the
Boat
boat screenshot
screenshot.
is
The
the
boat
whole
screenshot's
update.
a few months old. The boat screenshot's a
Okay.
few months old.
So
That's hilarious,
more. We
though.
have 20 keep stars
No, we don't have because well,
come down.
But I like that work. It's like the same thing as Mifune Asher in Black Legion thing from last week.
Oh my god, be
Like
quiet.
one of
I
those
thought
Theta bits.
I
When
thought
I
he was
said-
actually
When
Black
I said
Legion.
that I'd seen things, it was things that are not public. But yeah, we definitely have disposable income.
Well,
Just a
no,
little
and
bit.
so I mean, like, so it wouldn't surprise me if Billy had somebody who would tell him what's up with like the wallet divisions and actual Condi. But like that motherfucker can't see DJ's wallet. Like the DJ's wallet is the only wallet that actually matters.
Isn't
Like
that ridiculous?
what a known fact. That's the only wallet that actually matters. And there's like I mean, there used to be like 3 people after
Like-
Violet that
And-
had
Like Mitten-
access. It might be like 6 now.
And you
Mitten
don't
is,
want even
like,
know.
sorry,
It's like, is there another wallet that funds DJ's wallet? So basically, it's Jay's wallet that funds everything. So Jay is the real sugar daddy.
I don't have that much liquid at the minute. I just actually
your wallet.
tied up quite a lot of my liquid in a
I was gonna-
project at the minute.
So
I was gonna
Jay,
say,
you're
Jay and I were business partners for years. Where the fuck's my cut?
I was gonna say, Jay, you're building my Titan, right? That's where all your liquid disc is poured to afford me my Titan. Thank you.
The Komodo funds.
Oh man,
Hey,
Komodo.
this
Let's go. I'm
Action
getting the
Titan you want?
good.
You already have a mulligan, actually. Never mind.
I want a Moloch, man. Molochs look fun.
They kind of like
They're
nerf them
pretty
into the
good.
ground, though. Really? Like their tank is terrible.
I don't
want the buzz,
care.
man.
They
I
look
mean,
like
Don't
they're
get talking
fun.
about that. Just want the buzz.
Doesn't matter about that tank really. Like if you show enough things that eventually it will die. But it's like the actual bonuses on the ship are really unique. Combined with like Toby webs and stuff, you have like 70-kilometer webs. It's pretty nice.
I asked everybody else before you were here. Where do you think their next move is? I think it's One Smith.
What do you mean?
That's- Like, where do you think they're gonna next try to actually push in? I think they're
North
gonna try to push.
Aquarius.
You think they're gonna go for Aquarius?
Yeah, you attack North Aquarius.
Oh,
Apex
Why would
being
you
all
attack?
them?
Why would you attack
top-notch
Delve
job.
straight away? You just attack North Aquarius and Griff for the
Dang.
keep stars and Aquarius, while the ADMs in Delve decay. Pretty.
Nothing in Aquarius.
Yeah, but it's the
That's like
vector of Endless.
30 faction for disaster. Couple
just pick
keep
those
stars,
up.
I think. Why would
Aquarius still has.
we pick them up? There's like they're amazing. There's
They're
tons
ours?
of spares.
That's true. We did get a bunch of free stuff. Oh, see, Billy's in chat again. He came back. The cat
Oh,
came back.
I
Oh,
have the
hi,
Twitch open.
Billy,
I forgot
what's
we were
your-
on stream.
what's your secret taking the gas straight out of your rectum and compressing it into those little canisters so you can hit it out of a Whippets container?
There are a rate that increases like evil range.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I found a medium particle dispersion.
Mm-hmm.
They go for Aquarius next and like try to trash that, which I mean, they could, just because it's a
It's the
really.
most logical place for them to do it.
Come on, Billy.
See, this is why I'm not in charge.
Response? It's been years, Captivilly.
Come on, Billy, give us that exact date and time you plan to attack the GOP Keepstar.
Can you just
Give
make
us
sure
the
that
launch codes.
Give us the launch codes.
you make sure anytime you attack that I can actually join in, because I'm tired of these EU timers. Like,
I swear,
You
I
wait
am.
until Dawn's finished work to siege
yeah, I
Delve.
get off 5 p.m. Eastern time, so if you can just make sure that they like are for 6, that'd be great.
Oh yeah, give Billy an invite.
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know
not
if we're
sure. I'm not sure if we're allowed to, man. Like, I don't want to overstep any boundaries that I can't
What
overstep.
What the
Oh,
fuck are you talking about? Who's gonna like? Is there a fucking bylaws on who you can have on a
I
stream or
don't
podcast, whatever the
know.
fuck?
Yes, I
What do
want
you
to talk to
Okay,
Jay. I want to talk
okay.
to Jay. Jay is cute. I'm cute. I just
All
want
right,
cute people.
I'm gonna invite him then.
I
Jay, do
just
you
want
think it's
cute
okay if we
people.
get Billy in here?
Show me your face. If you're not cute, I don't want to talk to you.
Stream. You do what you want.
All right, Billy. If you're in the INN Discord, get in here.
What command ship has the bonus? It's the start date, right? Like it's the.
I'm gonna grab something to drink.
Yeah.
We're gonna have like 40 people in here. Is this gonna become Theta Comp?
Yeah,
Well,
everyone
forget,
come in there.
Look,
Everyone's in the stream. You can come on
forget we're
comms.
streaming.
In Discord, you can
We'll
come
just
and
cut it off and say it after hours.
Billy, I'm waiting for you in the Discord. I'm staring at the screen, waiting for you to pop into one of the public voice channels so I can drag you to the private shit.
If he doesn't want to, that's okay.
Why would he actually answer your guys' questions? It's you guys' questions are
He's
not
not gonna
actually
know
rude or
shit.
anything, but your questions aren't exactly the most big
says-
brain, are they?
this escalated quickly.
You're not the most informed crowd here, okay, Jay? Like, none of us are like, I mean, you are and DeClorian are, but like the rest of us are like plebeians comparatively.
What? I'm nothing. I'm just a fucktard.
You got
That's what you're
promoted this
talking
week.
about.
To head
To
twink.
being a biggest fucker.
Anything just means it's like his competency is actually, recognized.
I'm officially the cutest twink playing this game. Okay, let's leave it at that. That's my new title.
DeClorian is pretty damn cute, I gotta say.
I need y'all to like keep it together, man.
No. When I pass, everyone blushes. You need to understand that, Don.
You need a Discord? Yeah.
Oh, you
been
need
on
Discord?
INN like 8 times.
If you scroll down, there's a literal huge link in the thing somewhere. Where is it? It says join the Discord somewhere if you scroll down. It should be in the description of the INN thing. Or Syndic just put the link for you too. I could have sworn there was a link in the I know there's a link on the website. I didn't know if there was a link in Discord.
I really PM'd it to you because you PM'd me. So hopefully that's your word.
God,
Gonna grab
This
something
is
to drink.
Pumping a football.
this
It's
is the
crazy.
most
I don't know if you
convoluted
PM'd
fucking
it to
process.
both. I don't know if you PM'd it to both me and Villy, but you just PM'd the link to me.
I did. Hell,
There
even
he
know
is.
yet.
Fucking drag the dude down. What's up, Billy? How's it going,
What's
buddy?
up?
Good day, enemy combatants.
How does it feel to talk to like the sea crowd?
Don't flatter yourself, Dawn. There isn't a letter on the alphabet for you. What we are.
Oh,
I'm at least, okay?
Well,
Trying your best.
I'm doing my best, man. So,
Like, put my life
Well,
out here, Don.
Willie, obviously we're gonna check. Like, why do you think we're poor?
Poor is an odd way to phrase it, but
no one is ever poor as a state of mind. You're broke.
do I think the Imperium is as rich as many people think they are? No, but I definitely think that you guys have lots of money at the member level. I think you guys have the richest member base on average, probably. But at the Alliance level, I don't think the income level is as high as many people have theorized it is. And I noticed Jay was very quick to like not admit that the screenshot was real, so I was like,
So I've actually asked that question to Jay and them before. Imperium, typically we focus on member satisfaction.
Wait,
so
do we?
a lot
But
are
don't,
rich.
didn't we used to do finance reports, like quarterly finance reports? Have we done those recently?
we
I
used
don't-
to, but we don't do
several
them.
years back, I believe, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm actually curious now.
Yeah,
Like,
I found the hangar where the rogues are at. Get me a rogue.
because
Just,
like
build one.
we have, there was, now I'm high, but there was all this theorization of like, no, we'll make the money back on the jump bridge taxes or research taxes, whatever. But there's never actually been concrete numbers. Like they release
You don't
like how much we
really
mine.
make any ISK on jump bridges. I'll just let you know
And
that.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I know it was.
Hi, Fountain Frank.
I know that we have a lot of people doing reactions.
Okay, I'm
and, like,
laughing this now.
personally pay like 100 million tax at least a month on my reactions, so there's going to be a lot going in there.
I just came.
Yeah, no,
to
but
cover-
like there's no
You're not
concrete numbers. Is my
Intel,
point.
really, you will not find it here with these people. I'm sorry.
We're all dumb.
Hi, Fountain Frank.
Russ is in here, or Fountain Frank, whoever wants
Good
to be
evening.
today. Hi.
Good evening, everyone.
You guys an
Hey.
hour ago.
The Fountain Frank is a brisk.
It's
This is not
Fountain
Bruce, This is
Frank.
Fountain Frank.
I'll
It's
say
Hey,
it.
different.
Frank.
I
They're
found
different
Frank.
people. Hi, God.
So, Fountain Frank, what was your opinion of the fight today? I didn't get to be on it, but I got to watch a little bit of it.
I, as I noted on the stream that I did earlier, it is so unfortunate that there are so many AWOXers in Horde
I know,
that
right?
they can't stop blowing up their own structures in Fountain. It's upsetting to me. I
No.
don't know how Gobbins does it.
I gotta ask Billy, how did you feel the fight went today? Obviously blew up the Keepstar, so like goal
Oh.
accomplished. But I think everything went total.
I think it went pretty good for us. Obviously, we made some mistakes here and there, but that's kind of pretty standard. Both sides made errors in terms of warp-ins, and both sides were punished a little bit for it. Neither side made an egregious error, and then because neither side made any real errors, it came out pretty even. And obviously, we had a pretty massive numerical advantage, so the Keepstar was killed.
Math, you had 4 times. 4 times. Now,
Well, that's not
obviously,
actually accurate.
What? Yeah, he said massive. What the fuck are you going on about?
Well, it's not
that's
like
either
it was actually 4 times a numerical advantage. It was 4 times numerical advantage deployed. It's not like you guys didn't have access to close to 1,500 pilots.
I'm sorry, I said, and I quote, you need to have fights at times that I can join in. Because having
Yeah.
fights during
You're saying you are
EUTV,
equal to like 900 people?
yes, me and my little osprey is worth it. No,
Dude, if you
no,
talk
like-
to her for a couple days, you'd realize there's actually 900 people inside that one head.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's a real problem.
Well, I mean, Initiative had like a good 250, 300 people roaming around catch area.
Well, that was the
Obviously, you guys
problem.
didn't
It was
play any of
not
your
our
capitals.
fault that we stumbled upon all of this space garbage that you people left in catch. And we could not, in good conscience, let it sit there without trying to clean it up.
Bring lag on the server, all the structures you have in space.
It's not okay. This type of littering is not okay, and we will not stand for it.
Don't you
Now,
know?
I have a question. Villy,
Okay.
I know you very well. I haven't worked with you like Brisk has, but I know you very well. And I know that you have never undocked a damnation without rigs.
You are almost correct. I'm
Can you
actually.
dock- is
No,
that you
here's
correct?
the true story. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta give him some shit about this. But then he lost another one.
That's the best part. I love it.
Does anybody have the D scan where it's called like damnation rigs and cargo?
Do your like contractors not put rigs on, or?
No, you never want to
I
have the rigs
explained-
on because then you
You
can't
all- no,
change
no.
the location.
Exactly. You always have it
Exactly. I
say rigs and
mentioned
cargo.
earlier.
Yeah, but then you always fit the rigs to the damn ship.
Hashtag no
No,
force.
you want the
Off
rig,
the ship I got.
you want the rigs and cargo to spice up the kill.
No, I
now.
mean after you buy it.
How many rigs are you gonna put in cargo though?
Economy works.
Enough.
I didn't get to see much of the stream because I was working and playing Necosis at the same time. Join whatever group I'm in. It's probably not appropriate.
Why would you
Is
name the
it-
group you're in probably not appropriate?
Oh no, it's like China Man Bad is the name of the group that I'm in, but it's with like.
That's
Anna
gonna get
Rosa.
changed.
Exactly.
Jesus.
I
Sounds like
didn't name it,
Why
but I
don't
wanted
we-
to be
why
with
don't we-
Goonies.
Why don't we bring back Chink Fleet while we're at it?
That's not appropriate at all.
Not appropriate for Twitch either. Watch it.
But
I was gonna say, Don, I was gonna make the joke, is it
Really
wildly inappropriate?
I have no idea. I wish it was wildly inappropriate, but it's not. So, but funny enough, our corp has like a good chunk of Y dot people in from when they Y dotted again. So, Billy, what keep star do you think is the keep star that you look forward most to killing or trying to kill in Delve?
1DQ.
Which one?
Which one out
Primary
of the
staging
three?
1DQ one.
Which
Do
one?
you know which one is the primary staging?
I was docked in there when we had that alt corp like a week ago. or 2
First
weeks ago.
Imperial Palace.
Yeah.
We
I can't
named it
remember.
that so it's at the top of the Citadel list when warping. I figured that one out. I was like, why'd they name this bullshit? Oh, I can get it to right to the top. So, what do you do when we all just move over to the next keep star?
Kill that one.
They'll kill that one, Dawn, and they'll keep
Oh.
going until we're out of
Yeah.
keep stars. Spoiler alert, that's probably how it's gonna go.
I mean, so whose super fleet do you want to die first? That's the real
What the
question.
fuck kind of questions are
It
these?
is the real question.
The one I'm fighting right now, Goonfleet.
No.
Jesus,
We already know
how about this, Billy?
we already
Do
know
you
that
have
that's gonna be lost.
any topic of conversation that would be better than, hey, do you think you're gonna win or we're gonna win?
Well, I mean, the reality is I'm always going to say I think we're going to win. Whether we will or not is like, it's always up in the cards. There's always lots of mistakes we can make that can change the battlefield and change the theater and give you guys opportunities to clock back and take the big W, right? But and that's part of the interesting thing about EVE Online, a spaceship combat game, right?
No,
Right,
I'm
and do
talking
you
about
have
like.
Sorry.
No, you can go ahead.
Do you have any like, have you found any hardships with coordinating the number of groups that y'all are
Of
working
course.
with?
Which one?
Any funny ones, like any good stories that you can tell us without?
Hey, can you
Yeah,
just leak all
burn
your
it.
internal drama, please?
Yeah. Like, what's
I'm
your
drunk.
internal
I won't
drama?
I'm
Is
drunk. I
is
won't
NC
remember it.
already backstabbing you? No, it's like I mean, I'll be honest. For the most part, like there's trying times. You're dealing with multiple personalities that you're not used to working with. But to be honest, I'll tell you, I have been massively surprised with Headliner. I had never thought he would be this kind of like smooth, kind of mature guy. I like because Test and PL have had a long, interesting history, right? And Headliner's been the enemy for a really long time. But dude's like really well put together. He's calm. He's not what we really.
What you would
having
expect from the leader of Pandemic Horde, right?
Well, having genuinely never spoken to the dude, but like only knowing of him by reputation, that's like the opposite of that reputation I knew of.
Well, I don't know if that's a bit propagandized, and to be fair, like we may have done part of that
Me either.
propagandization.
Like
but,
I said, I've never talked to the dude.
I've just been super surprised with how kind of in control and calm and collected the guy is. So if you want to talk about surprises, that would be the first big surprise for me.
So
Is
Billy,
there any truth to the rumor that it was the difficulty in coordinating so many groups that led to your main FC forgetting to put the rigs on his damnation twice today?
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's just ProGod wanting to get back in the fight real quick and not even thinking about it.
but he didn't even do it the first time.
The Canadian. A boot.
Oh yeah, I'm quite Canadian.
Now, what type of connect? Like super north or like east or?
Coast, baby. You want to get down on the river? We can take you down to the dock and have a good time.
Oh,
Okay,
am I hearing now?
Like
Oh,
half
oh.
my corp is Canadian, unfortunately.
All war stuff aside, Billy, can I ask you a serious question? Because I know a lot of goons are dying to know.
I came on here to
Do
answer all the
you-
hard questions.
No,
Please,
no.
God.
Do you help ProGod wash his hair? And if so, what products do you use?
I don't live anywhere near ProGod, so.
Oh, we
I've
hang
never-
out a lot together, and I think the goons want to know, like, what products do you use on his hair?
Oh man.
The fuck is going on now?
Yeah, is this like a?
I would like to. I'd like to congratulate
Thanks,
Dawn
David.
and
What?
Mifune on the fact that I thought that the name of this show, Theta Thursday, was very cute. I thought it was interesting. but holy shit, you guys are actually doing Theta in this show. Like, this is actually Theta
That's the
comms
point.
in the show.
That's the point. Well, you know, like,
I thought it was a joke. I didn't realize this was real.
well, I
I'm
was
Oh,
told
impressed.
to,
it is
the,
very.
the
Just throwing
only
out
thing that's more shocking is 938 people are listening to this shit.
I was told
I know.
to stop going on bad people streams, so I was like, fuck it, I'll make my own. So here I am.
It's our own
I
stream with
if
Black
we're,
Jack
if
and
we're doing
Hodges.
shoutouts, I think I'll give a shout out to your boy on the show here, Mifune, who did a really solid Y2 stream. It was actually pretty well put together, and for what I could see or what I watched of it, his analyzing was pretty close to accurate, which is a pretty hard thing to do when you're dealing with that kind of a evolving battlefield. So
Thank
And
you.
I think for the first time, Villy and I can agree. The true
Round
superstar of
applause.
this war so far has not been me. It has been Mifune.
Oh God, I
This
am a
man
19-year-old
is a
college
beast.
student. Do not put this pressure on me. I already have enough pressure. Brisk,
The fact
Fountain Frank,
that
you did
you
not.
were Who? What's my
Fountain
name?
Frank, you did not
The
hear.
fact that you were able to stream for like 6 or 7 hours at a time on multiple occasions, you are a steely-eyed missile man, my friend.
You did
Just do it
not
every
hear
day, you'll be like
before.
Crayon.
Before that stream, I chugged 3 different monster cans, and even today, before today's stream, I was scrambling to get my statistics homework done. That's due at midnight, and literally half the people in Theta comms helping me with that.
Yeah, literally, we were doing statistics and all face palming when he's like fucking up like the simplest shit.
I'm
What I'm
shit
hearing
at
is
math.
we are
I'm
running
sorry.
Monster cans, they're really, really bad for you.
We are
He's 19, it's
basically
fine.
No, you have a heart
ruining
attack.
a
It's okay.
teenage
He doesn't
boy
need both
life.
kidneys.
No, we are ruining a teenage boy life, and everyone's fine with this.
You're not wrong.
So,
Anyway, so attaboy.
Thank
what
you.
other
Just
hard
wanted to tell you
questions?
that.
Since Billy's not on a show that's neutral or positive towards him, what other hard questions do you guys have for Senior Billy down here?
None of you have asked legitimately hard questions. They've all been like train wrecks of questions. Usually.
correct or not.
So, Villy, I
Very,
found.
really. What do you think about working with
I mean-
SwordGod? Is it really
So-
fucking bad? Lol.
Sure, like
So do you have dinner while you are having this fight, or do you wait up, you set up, you dock up, and you have dinner, and you come back after?
Why aren't you hitting the Y2 Keepstar right now?
Yeah, like you interrupted us last week to go
Yeah.
shoot that thing. Why didn't you do it again?
Just keep getting
realistically
worse.
only do so
Oh,
many
good.
structures a day when they're like that level of content, and we're
Hashtag
doing
cracks
the
farming.
I just-
well, we just did OP.
I have an
Right.
actual
So-
I have an actual question. So what prompted you for the ping about Niarja? Like what was the one thing that you heard of like intel or something that made you ping that?
Oh man, we had been arguing about that shit in our like FC channels all day before that, and like, cause one of the main trig FCs is one of my guys, right? So, like he wanted us to go support trigs, and a bunch of logistic guys were like, "No, we got to go support Edencom," and I'm like, whatever. Like, you know, it's always been our policy to be like neutral. Like we don't go do what you want, have fun. So, and then you know that's what our policy been through today. Then you guys showed up there with like a 150-man fleet, and we're like, all right, well, this gives us an easy out. We can just say we're declaring for Edencom now. So we declare. I put that ping out, declared for Edencom, and you know, then like people are like, okay, what are we gonna do? I'm like, nothing, man. It's like 27%. Edencom's pulling this shit back. We don't have to do anything. There's not like there's any sites for us to even do, because you know there was like 600 people in the system at the time, and I'm like, yeah, we'll figure it out. If we need to go up there, you know, it gets turned to low sec and fight for it. Tomorrow we'll go do that, have some fun. So I go to sleep. It's at 27%. I wake up in the morning. It's 4% from final luminality. I'm like, okay, I guess that's the end of that.
Yeah. I'm
So
sorry, man.
did you not know? Because
Yeah,
I don't know on the goon side when we decided like, okay, we're gonna go do this. Because I think it was at least as far as I know, we were prompted to do it because someone had said either in Brave or Legacy in general, they were complaining about how it would suck if you know Edencom lost, and then that spread to other people like, yeah, that would suck for them, and then wouldn't do it. So I just want. So you didn't know until we showed up. Is that how
No,
it went?
what? That
Like,
guys
you
were
didn't know that goons were gonna come side with Triglavians until we showed up in
no.
Nyarja. Okay.
Like there had been drama with Brave trying to tell some test guys what they could do in terms of the invasion that had like kind of more locked our opinion of, you know, like we're gonna stay out of this thing. But like when you guys showed up with like 150 people, it's like, this kind of gives us an easy out to like, pick a side, I guess.
All right, fair
Initially,
enough.
we didn't have that much, but yeah, we showed up pretty early.
I can't really tell whether this is a terrible question or not, but do you have much of an opinion on what's going to happen to the large coalition of alliances that's been dubbed Pappy after this war's over?
So after we're kind of through phase 6, and we've broken the Imperium
It's
down.
starting to sound like
Only
Paris
6?
with all these phases.
Only 6.
Phase 6.
Only 6?
Phase 6. Guys, we already saw the leak. Phase
Can
6 is declare victory.
I thought it
Phase
was
4, which we
phase-
are in now,
I
is
thought it was
rat
phase
battles.
24.
Real
Rat
talk,
battles.
it's like
We're on phase 4.
an internal
You could need
goon
to add more.
joke that every like couple months Earth will go, okay, we're entering phase 34 or whatever about our economy stuff. So like hearing you call it phases just makes me
Oh, I
crack
picked it
up
up
every
there.
time.
I thought,
You did? Oh god, God bless, dude.
but to be honest, I actually built this war in like 6 phases, so it is what it is, right? We're at the end of phase 2 roughly, and hopefully phase 3 will start within the next week or two. But like, what do I think? Like, Pappy isn't gonna survive very long after the end of the war. I think that's pretty clear to everyone, right? It's a coalition that's only here to come fight the Imperium. It's not a coalition of people that necessarily are best friends with each other normally.
Are you comfortable with the fact that like PL is gonna like come after you next? Because you're gonna be smaller and weaker than Frat and PL and NC and Pjord all together.
Like
PL
what
gonna
Are
do.
you comfortable with that?
Like when Dawn mentioned before about you deciding which super fleet dies, like I know you said our fleet, but she was more asking like on your side, because if sorry for the background noise, by the way, I live by.
You're fine.
But anyways, so like she wanted to know because we have a choice to destroy, NCs, PLs, hordes, or like yours, because one of them is going to die. One of them is going to be completely decimated, and it's
Unless they
just
don't jump in.
we
On
choose.
paper, that's a fair statement. On paper, yeah.
So, like,
I mean,
so if we choose you and you're going to be left with, a fifth, like worst case of what you had, are you not worried about, NCPL just coming and wiping you out, like wiping you out?
Really.
you think that they're just gonna like? I mean, to be fair, they're
Well,
kind of like
you
turning
have to
into crap.
understand, you're like you're putting this in the mind frame or the mindset of like losing is unacceptable, right? And like it's entirely okay. Like I don't want to lose, obviously. Like, but just like with this war, it's entirely possible we lose, and that's just part of the reality, right? Um, it's one of those risks where we're willing to take this war and try and win, and then the next war is going to happen after this war, and we might lose that war too. It's entirely possible, right? So I'm okay with taking that risk for this risk, right? If I don't, then I just end up in we end up with a galaxy that's kind of stagnated, that neither side can move because obviously nothing can change if somebody doesn't take that first step and take that risk.
Don't get me wrong here. I'm okay with war. Like fighting and shit's fun, especially when it's close.
Well,
It's
most
just
people
more of
are.
like it's just more of this like eradication like stance you've had, like, or that at least PGL's push forward. Like we ain't done anything to you in the past like 3.5 years. Where's this coming from?
That's kind of the problem, Dawn. If you've read everything,
Okay,
the problem that
I
we haven't done
wanna-
anything is part of the problem.
we have done things
Gosh.
to NCPL.
Go-
I would be
Now,
more than happy to go.
Don,
shoot
that
some
is
happy
not.
stuff.
Listen, this is the issue. Okay. The Imperium, we are nice, quiet, circumspect fellows who simply want to mine in peace in Delve.
Amen.
That's all we want.
I just
I
want
want-
to mine.
That's all we
Literally
want.
all I want. Bring back my fucking Anom CCP.
Well, what you
And
said,
we
it
can't
actually-
do that because we have these evil dinos surrounding us, poking us with sticks all the time. And look, we are at phase 4 in this war, as I understand it. And my understanding from the secret leaked Villy war plan
Invasion
is that
plan.
phase 4 is rap battles. So let's go.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Yes,
no.
please.
Villy, can't you see? I won't let your spin just hypnotize me. I just love your dino ways. That's why I'm Frank and you're so lame. Suck it!
How long
Come
have you been
back,
working on
Villy.
that? How long have
Damn.
you been working on that?
Rap
This
battles,
is
like 5
really
minutes.
turning into fucking Theta.
Like 5 minutes. I came up with that in 5 minutes. The war's over. We win.
Okay, Billy.
That's it.
So, would you fight Fountain Frank yourself, personally, on your account, 1v1 at the Sun to end this war? And go away and just not bother us for another 6 months.
No, what the? Fucking
What-
no.
what-
Such a weak mindset to have, Don. Don't fucking say that ever
I
again.
wouldn't
You're
mind.
weak.
I'm sorry.
Ugh,
Just because
it's,
they go away doesn't mean you'll be able to mine. Like,
I will
Look,
hunt you down
I-
if that's the thing, Don.
NSH means absolutely nothing, and they're kind of trash for thinking they do. Like,
I got a
they
good question
dropped
for
some
Billy.
dreads, and they didn't even drop the right dreads. They dropped a cat dread and a haw dread on a dread who tanked them, and then we killed them both. So,
Which was my nag, by the way.
yeah.
So, Billy, I wanted to ask you a question. Like, if in
Please
the
make it a
scenario,
good one.
if in the scenario, you know, you do what you say you do, and Imperium gets destroyed, and you evict us out of Delve, who's gonna move into that space? Like, it's obvious Horde's. I think it's obvious that Horde wants Fountain. In my opinion, I feel like they want to take Fountain for themselves. But who's gonna move into Delve? Who's gonna take over that Sov? Are you just gonna destroy us and then let us have the Sov back, or?
There's so much time.
Mifune,
Couple different ways
we've
we've
already
kinda-
answered this question.
But it's let Billy answer in his own words. Go ahead.
A couple different ways we kind of strategized it. So obviously the Imperium plan is to retreat to NPC Delve. I believe the kind of working theory is 319, and if that's kind of the plan, the rough goal is probably going to be to create kind of like a burnt ground approach. Let no Hyubs live. Let everybody just kind of nobody kind of hold any of the space, kill all structures, etc., and have nobody live there, and just kind of make it like fallow ground as best we can, and kind of watch that for a couple months and see how that works. We've had a couple different people, a couple different groups express interest in living in Delve, and obviously it's really good space in certain ways, and certainly Period Basis is as well, and certainly is Aquarius. So there's no shortage of people wanting to come live there. And obviously, if the Imperium menace is controlled, then it's a interesting way to kind of do it. Obviously, whoever lives in Delve is going to have to be strong enough to hold it, and who's living in the area is also going to be a factor in how much strength is required to hold it. So it's a very difficult question to answer because we don't know the final end game of how that's all going to play out.
I wouldn't live in
Guys,
319.
we've already asked this question 1,000 times. The question is, who is going to live in Delve at the end of this war?
Goons.
CVA.
Goons.
The answer is Goons.
CVA. CVA.
Goons is the answer.
But, like,
Now, what's the question?
I wouldn't
makes-
pick 319 though. That's shitty jump ranges.
What
Well,
makes
they
you
already
think
have-
that Horde want Fountain? That's really dumb.
They already have all the salt to spread on the floor when we leave.
I'm okay with
At least
Horde
they
living in
managed to
Fountain.
do it.
Why would they though? It's worse space than they're in currently. And like,
Here's what's
That's
going to
so
happen.
bad. LP.
This is what I expect
right,
is going to
yeah,
happen.
LP.
This is what's going to happen in Fountain. I'm going to predict this now. Horde will move to Fountain, and they will begin ratting, and they will begin mining. And suddenly, there is going to be massive amounts of ratting drama over officer kills in Fountain, and it will destroy their whole alliance, and they will
Did you
all
guys see
redot
Just
into
like
waffles.
Okay,
It's
this
like
is-
the
this is-
days of Eoldi.
This is a today story, right? So did you guys see the Horde story where the new bro got like the Cormac spawn and he called in for help?
No.
No, what happened?
And then they killed him and
Okay.
took it.
No, this is even better. So this new bro Horde guy found a Cormac spawn and he called in like a bunch of like guys with carriers to come help him. Some random like Fountain Fountain NPC dweller or whatever comes in, steals the loot. They kill the guy that steals the loot in the confessor, and it all drops to the new bro. It dropped 50 bill.
Oh, that was that kill mail. No,
That's
so I
cute.
saw the kill mail. I didn't know what it was from though.
Fountain
That's
drama.
the story behind.
Officer
No, I saw
mods,
that.
Cormac damage
I saw
control,
that
your
fucking
booster, like
and a
the damage
SIBO
control
and something
had
else.
the SIBO,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
It was like 51 bill.
that was easy.
That's
for
amazing.
Fountain if
I
you're
That's
good.
hilarious.
I'm telling you, that right
Dude,
there.
that's a fucking story as old as time, though. Like, Billy, I literally thought you're like, there was that one meme, but like fucking
That
post
is
that
the
got
beginning of the
bumped
end for
on the
Horde.
Goon forum.
It's the beginning of the
There
end
was
for
one.
Horde.
There was one that was just reused for years. I thought you were about to just tell that story, and it was like, nope, that same fucking thing still happened today.
I think I need a Cormax. I think I have the unit W or whatever.
crazy though, because if you look at the mail, like every single Cormac mod dropped, and I'm like, oh, how lucky can you get?
Yeah, right.
I think Brisk has a Celine SIBO. I think he has one of those.
Honestly, if I like in that situation, I probably would have popped that wreck.
Pop the wreck and then no one gets the loot.
Pop the wreck when you can loot it and run. Like, what are the odds you're in the Confessor? You think you're actually going to get caught, right, and not die?
Yeah, especially if they just had
There's something
carriers.
like volley them or something.
Oh no, I'm just saying if it was a bunch of fucking randos and somebody stole the loot, like I would just assume that the next dude's gonna try to steal the loot too. I would just shot the wreck without checking it.
Probably wasn't pointed, they just alphaed him, yeah.
My assumption as well. It's like a paper thin Confessor. Like, you know, if you look at the thing, it's like nothing.
Triple nano and a fucking speed wreck, yeah.
It's just meant to. That was like a cable style, like yoink kind of thing. That's what he was trying to do, and get out.
Where are those low friction nozzle joints?
Well, this has been
box
fun.
thrusters and nanos.
Yeah. He remembered to fit his rigs.
Yeah, he did.
So, Billy, when are you hitting the Y2 Keepstar? When can I set my alarm?
Oh my fucking god!
What?
If you could like make a Google calendar for us and just,
It'd be
like,
really
have them
so
all.
much easier if you did.
You know what? Just take the one that you already have, and I'll just send you my email. Just share it with me. Thanks.
I have a Theta style question to ask you, Billy.
Oh, okay.
So, do you guys pronounce KVN, or do you call it Kevin?
You say KVN.
Because I think Kevin sounds cooler.
Fountain Frank.
Kevin?
Fountain Frank, that is almost a Theta question, but the real Theta question, Billy, is how do you cut your sandwiches?
Yeah.
We need to know this.
Before we find out how absolutely ridiculous Dawn is. My uncle's name is Kevin, and he is actually mentally retarded, which makes that joke so much funnier to me. No, like I'm not kidding at all there. So the fact that
I need to know, Billy, how do you cut your sandwiches?
I don't cut my sandwiches.
You don't cut your sandwiches? You just eat?
You're not supposed to cut your sandwich, or you just eat it. It's not hard.
I reckon Billy's one of those like gluten-free guys. Doesn't have
I had a
any
gluten-free
wheat or anything.
pizza today. It was terrible.
We just lost like 10 viewers.
It's fine. Actually, the other question I've seen like 10 times in chat is, where is Necosis? So,
Asleep.
Billy, when you sent Necosis to us to be a spy, how much is he getting paid to spy on us?
Who is Necosis?
How do you not know Necosis?
Oh, that I took as an offense. Okay.
The TIA has clearly failed you there, Billy.
So, Necosis is the heart and soul of Goonswarm. Someday I will get him on this show.
He was like a South African dude who was really like
moved to Portugal.
Yeah, whatever.
He's very enthusiastic.
Yeah, he was very excitable and enthusiastic about going to war, and then you declared war, and he hasn't been seen since.
We saw him.
We saw him once. We saw him once last week.
No, he has been like he has a new job. Okay, in hospital. And so he has been a little bit busy with that. He hasn't had a lot of
conveniently.
Is it true that he went out for cigarettes and milk and never came back?
No, that's Ted McMahonfist. He never came back. He pops up in forums every now and then, but he disappeared on it.
Ted left because he despises what you've become.
I've never even met Ted.
Zafo in the chat says Necosis has like the 9th highest bounty in the game. That is not true. It is close.
He's number 10.
He's not number 10 yet.
I thought he was. Oh, he died recently.
He fell off the top charts. Now, what I will say is that my friend Brisk has 41 billion ISK bounty on him right now,
I don't
and is
believe
not
that.
in the top 10, and that's
Why?
unfortunate.
Necosis
such a
only has a
waste of
30 bill
this.
bounty. So how are you not
There
in
you
the
go.
top 10?
Because you need like 46 to be in the top 10.
Oh, okay, well, in chat, if you have some spare cash, don't care, I highly recommend adding it to Necosis' bounty because every time
No,
he sees
don't
it, it
fucking do
makes him
that.
cry.
Or you
Don't
could add it
fucking-
to
don't
Brisk's
fucking-
bounty so
don't-
he could hit the top 10 too.
Don't do any of that shit. Don't give any of these motherfuckers
No,
bounty. What
Yeah,
are you
just
talking
give me the
about?
money. What the fuck are you talking
Fucking
about?
retards, keep your money.
Put it towards Mifune's
This
Titan
is
fund,
the real
please.
reason why we are poor as an alliance, Philly.
That's Billy, you asked where all the money went. This is where it went.
Yeah.
It goes to
Bounties.
We let these people put in charge of our
What do you
our
mean,
finances.
these people?
Jay,
This is why we
Doc,
can't have nice things.
Theta has not changed.
Jay, Doc, oh, sorry. Jay, you made Docs, me, Ragnar, and Syndic all in charge of Theta. Like,
I mean, I was already in
What
a
could go wrong?
semi-leadership position. It's not like it could get any worse.
For fuck's sake. Letting Dawn in charge of things. I'm still
Look,
surprised.
good
Who's in
comment in
charge?
Twitch chat. That made me laugh.
Which
Attack, whatever his name is. The dude called Attack. That made me laugh.
Attack from Chile. Oh my.
I'm trying to think of what else. Because
If
we've
you
got.
have any other of your terrible questions, right? Get them all out now.
Are
We'll actually
you-
start asking the good ones.
Are you going to ask the question?
Get
We got Billy here.
joined.
Non-neutral ground. Billy knows that he's walking into a bunch of goonies who are drunk and or high or whatever we're on. You know, we're not going to be mean. Like that's just rude.
It's
If someone was,
offensive to me.
So, Villy, have
if
you
someone
ever
was mean to you, I would kick them out.
have you ever done one of Jay Amazingness's polls, his infamous straw polls? Have you ever done one?
Yes.
Jay's infamous straw polls that he'll randomly
Could
ping
you
out.
imagine that if like one of the polls comes through a relay and they all just fucking like,
Can I join the
respond to it?
test server and you give me roles and I can ping out a thing on there?
Oh my god, please let him ping out a straw poll.
It'd be funny.
It's research, my thesis.
Yeah, it'd be funny, and then all our IPs would be harvested. Like not the.
That's just
you
a
guys have
side.
already.
Right.
Whoa, IP grabbing! I assure you, sir, that's against the EULA, and we would never do something like that.
And it would have worked too if it wasn't for you damn kids.
Literally, really.
So I have a question. When you shower, you start from bottom to top or top to bottom?
Top to bottom.
Yeah, top to bottom.
Fucking plebs. I'm a bunch of monkeys.
You're alone on the island of Declorian over there with that one.
Oh, the bottom, you have something wrong with you.
You need to first like put water on your water, and you start from bottom to top, and then you put shampoo from top to bottom.
But why would you? Why would you start from the bottom and go up? Then like
No.
all the
No,
water
because you
that's
need to test-
rinsing off just
because you
goes
need-
on what you
Why are
just
you
cleaned.
so
You need to
invested
test the
in
water.
this?
Like what the
Why
fuck?
are
Like
you so invested in this?
why would you like not test the water? Like I'm just going to start like would the water is cold or some shit like that. I'm just going to pour it in my head like fucking away. What am I, a fucking barbarian?
I'm not sure what you are.
I'm the cutest twink playing this game.
Now, Villy, you used to be in Goons a while ago before I was ever right? Did you ever do anything
Captivilly.
with Theta?
Captivilly.
Did I ever do anything in Theta?
I mean, Theta or around Theta? Because I know
Captivilly.
Ash started in
avoided
Theta or
it.
did things with Theta. Like, I'm just curious
Let
because
me
I would
tell
like
you
to know
what
what Theta
I've done in Theta over the years. So when I joined Goons, the first thing I did was try to reestablish my FC credibility at the time, and I did that by running incursion fleets of all things.
Well, that's the worst choice. But
What's up, Billy?
Because let me tell you, at the time there was no such thing as an incursion until we did it, and you know we went through and we ran the first incursions or whatever. And I established my cred, let's say, and that was my first taste of Theta. And obviously at the time, you guys were based in what is it, JU? Was it JU? I can't remember.
Always
You're
JU.
goddamn right. JU,
Always
baby.
Ready.
JU.
JU Standing Fleet.
And I remember during a couple different points, you guys were pretty useful. And was it Tyrizzle, I think?
Oh, Tiverizzle?
I'm just trying to pull the name out of my head. It's yeah, I remember just all kinds of ratting drama with you guys.
So that kind of makes sense why Incursion Squad the way it is. They're very
Oh no, it's gone through like 4 full deaths and rebirths since then.
right.
Incursion
Is really
Squad.
We were jumping around.
I need to stop you all right now. I'm an FC for the Incursion Squad also. I help a lot those guys because I like and I love the politics of the Incursion Squad right now. We have a new player friendly community, really good community going on that. And in case you don't know, the Niaja thing the other day was scienced by the Incursion dudes also.
I like Spike and stuff, but it's
I think the Incursion community and the raid PvE community for Eve is really kind of underappreciated at times. It's good you're kind of stepping up and taking that reign.
you got promoted this week.
What's the promotion?
He's a bitch. No, I don't know.
What? But I'm just a fucktard, the biggest fucktard in what I was.
That was your promotion.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I
Well
mean,
deserved,
going off
nonetheless.
a thing
Junior
that
paper
was
pusher.
RIP can be assumed that you're a director, but what are you a director of?
Exactly nothing.
Just like my mate. That's great.
That sounds like
Just like Jay.
I wish I could get Kumi on here, but he's not very social. But I still love him.
He has more sense. It's
Probably.
training pusher.
Even though a lot of people don't know this, but Kumi's actually very talkative and very sarcastic. You just have to get through that hard shell to get to the soft gooey center. So I've never been in test, but until this war happened, I thought that if I ever got kicked out of Goons, that I would go to test. What
Gonna
is
arrange
your
for that to happen.
No, please no. I really like where I'm at. Billy, what is I guess what's the culture in test like? Is it very goon-ish from your experience, or is it like super different?
The culture in test has changed a lot over the years, so it's hard to describe where it's at, where it was. Test culturally, how do I describe test culturally?
I mean, do you have segregated groups like Theta and Incursion Squad and Karma Fleet
we've got
Standing?
all kinds of those. And certainly, they're a much more significant piece of kind of day-to-day life than they are in Goons for sure. We've got like, for example, even today, like goblins who's usually the ones kind of chasing down your guys' Entosis crews. But I think it would probably be a little more corp focused and a little more militaristic. Is probably the best way to describe it. I don't know. Trying to describe one's own culture when you're the one describing it is difficult, to say the least.
It's very corporation based. That's the main difference.
I was gonna say, like, Imperium is very group based, like alliance based. There are some corps that are very like identified with their corp, but for me personally, and I'm sure a decent amount of people here, I personally am alliance focused first, corp second.
Same.
Yeah.
Right,
I mean-
no, you're in good for you can't talk.
What do you
I mean-
mean?
Since I'm John as CEO, like I cannot say anything bad about my alliance because it sends me a print about purging me any second. So
Got a little
I
thing
mean,
over your head.
I have the best CEO ever. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Gentlemen and lady, it has been a pleasure joining you all tonight. But unfortunately, it is 10:17, and that means I need to go play PUBG. So I will see you all on the Meta
All
Show
right.
on Saturday.
See you, Fountain
I will
Frank.
see
Bye,
you.
Frank. You're always welcome to come hang out
Later,
anytime.
Oh,
Frank.
thank you.
We have no problem.
Meta
You
Show,
know.
2000 on Saturday. I'll see you there.
Yeah.
I watch it every week.
For the guy
Frank.
that's saying that Murky is the best CEO, I'm sorry, man. But when you have a British guy screaming at you at any moment's notice, like saying "you fucking fuck," yeah, I'm not going to say what he says, but in on stream, but that's the best thing ever. I'm sorry.
I love John.
It makes me laugh every single day I get on comms with him.
Now, since we're here, Billy, do you have any questions for Goonswarm?
I don't particularly think so. I mean, the main reason I came on here is there's a certain amount of vilification, I guess, and I don't mean in like the meme way to kind of say it, but like in actuality, which I see, and I think it's always important to try and like work more towards, hey, I'm also a real person. Don't fucking come to my house and kill me, please. That is good to remind people of. So it's you know, just that kind of style thing.
I think most of us are too lazy to go anybody's house, but I
Yeah,
understand.
I
Look,
don't go
we're-
outside
we're-
except for work.
Oh,
I've gotten
say it very
IRL death
truthfully,
threat because of EVE Online.
You haven't?
I have.
Oh, yeah.
But-
Well, okay. I was about to say it's like, well, you know, Eve Online gets crazy at times, and
I'm gonna
you know,
be honest. Go. Continue.
it's just one of those things where it's like, to a degree, it's all in good fun. Obviously, you know, I'm on the opposite side of a war with you guys, and we're both trying to pivot our points and make things clear. And obviously, there's information dilution from both sides. But you know, I don't know. Have fun with it. You know, you may all be mad at me, but if we hadn't done what we've done, then we'd all just be sitting mining incredibly
What?
small spodumene
Yeah,
rock.
no, dude.
This is the
fun
perfect
with
time
it.
to have a
Like,
war.
That's the main thing. Like, just have fun with it.
I feel like so I know Mittens puts out the whole like you backstabbed us, blah blah blah, which I guess technically is true. Honestly,
that's part of the
it
fun.
is part
the
of
fucking
it is part of the
the
fun.
herping and the burping. I've been making fun of Billy huffing his own farts for like 2 weeks.
But
It's
honestly,
all
like
herping and burping. It's part of the fun.
I guarantee everybody in this room would be more than happy to be able to just have a little spats with test and catch and stuff and push each other's crap down and blow each other's stuff up. I had no problem with shooting test, but I'm obviously going to listen to the agreements because that's just rude to not. If you guys are agreeing to play nice, we'll play nice. But we would have been happy to just shoot good test if that's what you wanted. That's all you had to say. Just the whole like, let's get the entire fucking server together. It's like, oh, okay, thank you for that.
The problem is, unfortunately, that
The views of Theta Squad in no way reflect the views of
Yes.
our military
That
leadership.
is
I
is
also think
correct.
so. I
That
think
is
that
correct.
all
These are my views and views of other people that I've talked to, but it is
in
not
the
of
end,
the military.
Eve is a
Uninformed by
game
them.
where if there's no impact to the fights aren't the same, and I think many people kind of understand that, right? And unfortunately, Test is so small compared to the Imperium that we were never going to be able to take this fight alone. And as soon as we're kind of at the point where it's like, okay, is this the fight we're going to take? Then it's one of those things where you've got to make sure you've at least given yourself a fighter's chance to win it. So certainly, it's going to be interesting over the next couple months for sure.
I just want to add up on that in real life stuff that you were saying a bit ago. And my point on that is really simple. That's why I give props to Mifune, and that's why I post my face a lot of times, and I give my Instagram to people and shit like that, because I really like to create this safe environment, I would say. And this is one of the cultures that I've been passing along for this last year that I've been in Goons. Yes, we are players. We spit around on each other. This is a game where we dress our shirts and go for our club and shit like that. But in real life is in real life. So yeah, props for you, Mission.
See, like, if I could just imagine if everybody took the game like way too seriously, just like Eve Vegas coming around, Billy showing up, and then just Mittens just like taking his bourbon and just spilling it all over Billy's suit, and then you realize that none of that shit happens because it's all in good fun. because the
Didn't
propaganda is
SwordGod
part of the.
Legend steal a bottle, or didn't somebody like one of the notable FCs steal a bottle of liquor from another Alliance's party like 2 years ago at Eburgus?
Yeah,
Halo
you're
night in
It
2014.
was Hilo.
Talking
How's
about
it
that the
go?
other day, actually. With Halo.
Elo is pretty fun to fly with. It's been a different experience because normally I'm fighting him, so it's kind of like, oh, hi, how's it going?
It's been very interesting, actually. Something I've noticed recently is that all the, I don't know, there's a certain I don't know the word for it, but there's not many people put effort in fleets sometimes, and on Elo fleets he really makes people put effort in, and it's been very interesting to see.
My
Like
favorite.
goons like tackling Elo fleets are
My
experience to
It's a
watch.
sight to behold.
My favorite
Yeah.
part of Elo fleets is when his whole like family is asleep and he has to like ASMR into the mic while giving commands. And
Oh
he's like,
my
and he's
god!
like, align to the gate, align to the gate, align to the gate.
Yeah, and it's not just once time. He's always like, line to the gate, line to the gate, line to the gate, warp to the gate, warp to the gate, fucking warp, god damn it! And you're like, what am I listening to right now? And like at one point he got really excited. He was like, oh fucking yeah! You're like, what is going on right now?
Ask testosterone injection next fleet, Dom.
I would love to get him on to just talk with him, but I don't know if he's as talkative as
He
some
would
other
never
people.
come up here. That'd
I don't think he would.
be bad. You guys can't even handle Villy on here asking questions.
What? Like, when is Talking in Stations ever
I
going to
feel
ask
like-
Billy how he gets
Yeah.
his sandwiches? I'm just saying.
Since Talking Station's gonna have Villy on there and be like, "Oh, Villy, when are you gonna leave so we can get back to fucking mining?"
This is basically Theta.
That was
You can
fucking
expect many better than this.
embarrassing. No, that was like genuinely embarrassing.
What? I mean, I
Like,
do want to
for
go back
me.
to mining.
Yeah, no, when you said that, like it hurt me.
I didn't say I was the brightest guy.
I kind of agreed with Billy's earlier statement. This is the perfect time to have a war because otherwise we'd be sitting there mining the tiniest bit of spot rocks. And I agree with that. 3 months ago, I took a break from this game because I was so done with the crabbing, and it was right after the mining changes. It was like, I need a break from this shit. And the second I come back, a week after I come back, it's like, oh yeah, we're going to war with Tess. And I'm like, finally, content.
Sorry, but the GSF, Jeff, otherwise called, has been doing a lot of shit even before the war, and was creating exactly that type of content for people that didn't want to mine. So you had everything that you could have anyway.
Jeff was fun, but it wasn't like... It was just, yo, let's go out and kill shit for the sake of killing shit. This is like, actually, yo, I'm psyched for this. I may not have a super at the end of this war. I may keep my super. I don't know. And that's what makes it infinitely more fun than something like Jeff.
I hope you don't have a super by the end of this war.
It's okay. I have a spare hell to sell. You can buy mine.
Much as Jeff was doing things, like the things Jeff was doing were not.
There's no investment in it.
Yeah,
That's what I didn't like about it. It was fun for testing out new doctrines and things and going to places we haven't been in, a long time. But at the end of the day, the fights we were having there didn't mean anything to me. Like, it was just empty. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You can speak for yourself, buddy. I had to fight Alpha Star Pilot, and I've never run a strat fleet. I've run bullshit fleet.
I'll have to sell supers outside the coalition run. I'll give it to you when I join test.
But Jeff was something to do with
phase 5.5, when I flip to test and transfer all the structures, I'll give you my Moloch.
Is that just so your buildings don't blow up? Is that when it's happening? I need a time because I gotta get shit out of there. Yeah.
Sad the Itaki Sotia was never, or the Keepstar. We didn't get to number 69. Ready and waiting for number 69 to be dropped, but we never got there.
Look,
I have to drop more now
you
because
guys have
we've lost
17
an
keep stars sitting in a hangar and 1 DQ.
We talked about that
Screenshot
earlier. You
rolled.
missed it. That was from a couple months ago, according to Jay.
DBRB screenshots, believing them.
what Jay said about Jeff is not the view of the leadership thingy-majiggers. I don't know how you say that sentence.
But yeah, I guess that's an honest question. How do you feel about the fact that there are almost 8,000 Athenors to grind through? Are you guys gonna do anything with them, or are you just gonna ignore them and
Are we
give them later?
fucking still doing this?
What are you asking questions?
Basically what'll happen is let's say we've been pursuing through, like, let's say the first third of the keep stars. A big fight has happened and we've won. We're now in a controlling mode, and evacs are being 3 and 9. Then we start looking at afterbirths. And obviously we're going to go for the R64s first, R32 second. People start munching those up, getting those nice and juiced. And then the question becomes, what do you do with all the rest? And the reality is, for the most of them, you just leave them there. Because a lot of them are going to go abandoned over time, but people will start grinding them just casually when they're bored. It's not very different from what we saw for Trigger.
Cindy, come on. Also, joke's on you, Billy. There's no R64s in Dell, but then like 3, so.
Yeah, that's not true.
Don't really go on the lower end of the.
We honestly, we really did. We have like one really good moon, and the rest are kind of like pretty good, and then the rest are like fucking shit. Except for when we had Orb was amazing. I'm not even kidding. It's pretty fucking shit. Quirius and Fountain.
Definitely 3.
No, Quirius and Fountain got the fucking heyday. Especially
A lot
Quirius.
of them are fake queries though, so it's pretty much
true.
Dell. We have a lot of
Yeah.
I'll say a lot. We have a decent amount of R64 in Dell.
How did Test react to the Rorqual changes?
Everybody
Like,
else
or with the Moon Goo changes, I guess.
The people quit.
So you saw that too?
We all saw it. Like, every major alliance in the game saw it. It's like, okay, let's just cut like 20 or 30% of the player base, to its knees, kind of thing. It's like, hey, here you can go mine these rocks for 4 minutes. Like, thanks.
Billy, did like PGL's Reddit account just get hacked or something? I just got linked a Reddit thread that PGL posted 4 minutes ago. And the title is "Enough is Enough, Coming Soon." And it's a Google Doc, and the Google Doc is titled "SwordGod's Official Apology to Goonswarm." And in the text document it says, "I must admit, it's been tough the past 2 months, but these past few weeks."
This fucking link?
Yeah, I'll post it.
Yikes, PGL.
Also, what does it take to get PGL to show up?
Please not PGL on here. You guys
just asking
cringe questions. No, you're just asking cringe questions.
Are you asking?
That's the point.
PGL, did you forget to put rings on your ship deliberately?
I'm sorry.
Do you train for this now?
Dude, literally, you just don't ask questions.
It's called Theta Thursday.
If PGL's allowed on, I'm sure he'd love to come on at some point.
It's called Theta Thursday. It's not like we're gonna be like the intellectual show here.
No,
Billy,
this isn't the meta
earlier
show.
today in the Keep Star fight, we had issues with the connectivity and sometimes the server just not working. Did you also see that, like, on your side?
I only had to relog my client like 4 times because I would like log in and have no buttons or anything.
Okay.
Okay, so the rule is, has PGL ever been on Theta?
Well, to be honest, this week 3 of Theta
will be fucking fine.
Spies and all.
Oh, PGL's in chat saying he's posting his apology tomorrow.
It's the apology for not putting rigs on the damnation?
SwordGod, come on the show. I'll let you.
Yeah, like, they literally said no other shows are happening after us, so we can go as long as we want. We could literally be here all night.
As long as till Life Shifter.
Show where we don't always have to ask a question, and then we can just like talk about you online. Yeah, like we don't.
Okay.
See what I'm getting at?
SwordGod, join the Imperium News Discord. You can find the link on the website or whatever.
I also don't know how you guys don't have it already, but
yeah, like how do you guys? We have Redline. We've had Redline on here since he's been in Goons.
Persistent, you don't get to be on. Screw you.
You shouldn't be banned. I mean, if you are, that's something that someone would have to bring up with like Miranda or something. But
Miranda.
I don't know.
Miranda.
Miranda, whatever.
He's
I'm
talking
sorry.
about a different person.
What are
it's
you
not
even
Miranda.
talking about, though?
Billy, you can send him the link, right?
It's just
I can't. Actually, can you do it for me?
I don't have PGL's bullshit.
You have a mutual server on Trash Talk Tuesday. Right?
Listen,
Really? Okay, hold on.
put it. Just fucking click the thing and then join one of the public ones, and then somebody will drag you down. There you go. Somebody drag him down.
Like the worst version of like it's like you know that drunk show they do.
Yeah.
It's like that, but like way worse.
It might be
I just woke up and I'm gonna grab my martini because this is getting really awkward.
I've been drinking like crazy. I have stage fright, so I have to relax somehow.
I'm gonna go, guys, because this show's rigged, unlike Pro God's ships. See you later, guys. Thanks for the time.
Very nice.
All right, thanks.
been
Thank
fun.
you,
Later.
Luna.
Yeah, no worries, Dawn. Love you loads. Later,
I
guys.
love you. Thank you. So, Progod, what happened today?
Oh my
We
god.
killed a keep star, I thought.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I mean, rigs are optional for if once you get to a certain point in the game.
What if you wanted? What if you had wanted to go somewhere else after that? You know, it would have been easier to take it with you.
To be honest, on the first one, like I remember grabbing the first damnation and looking at the fit and being like, okay, this is never rigs. I need to fit rigs, and then instantly getting distracted and never remembering it again.
Was it?
And then on the second one, I was trying to juggle FCing and being on a conference call for work at the same time, and they said my name like 5 times, and I had to respond, which is actually the reason we warped off grid at one point. But I couldn't juggle all my accounts and do work and FC at the same time, so I forgot.
Dude, I did that with guns once. I forgot to put guns on a dread.
So we
That's why I don't mind FCing. Like usually you just jump on a monitor, but I didn't have any fucking monitors over there, and the only thing we had on contract was damnations.
So we need to have more fights while you're working.
But if your ship wasn't rigged,
all
it was
your times are in EUTD. Honestly, it's if it weren't for the coronavirus having us work from home, I don't know what I'd be doing during this war.
It'd be a different war with the corona, that's for sure.
Where's Bill? I need Bill to shit talk you.
I want Bill to come on. Talk about this SEC schedule, man.
Oh, what's up, son?
Dude, 10-game SEC schedule? Kind of hyped for it.
Whereabouts you from?
I'm born and raised from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, man.
Oh, born and raised in Athens, Georgia. So,
oh my God, Athens itself?
Yep, Clark County, baby.
Did your dad go koozie in a frat strap the moment you were born?
My question: how do you cut your sandwich?
And that is a very standard Theta question. How do you cut your sandwich?
I mean, sandwich or usually I get a po' boy, and you just cut that at the 6-inch mark.
No, I mean, when do you make it at your home? Like a peanut butter sandwich or a turkey sandwich? You need to cut it. Billy doesn't cut it like a barbarian over here.
No, you gotta buy the rolls, the long rolls, so you can make po' boy. That's what I do. I guess
so expensive.
I guess straight, or into 2 rectangles from 1 square into 2 like down the middle. I guess not diagonally. How do you say that? Split in the middle.
Maybe just across, I guess.
And how do you shower, from top down or bottom? Yeah. This is my personality check, guys. So yeah.
Top down or bottom up?
Top down.
All right.
All right. He's not crazy.
This fucking shit.
Would you rather? Would you rather have someone lick your asshole or lick your own asshole?
That is not.
I don't
that is
even
not
think that's really like a question, isn't it?
Welcome to Theta.
Normally. So, Proga, how did you feel about, I guess, the fight today? Because obviously you were in the middle of it. Like, what's your
That
perspective?
question, and
Other
he
than
answered
dying.
it.
I want to ask more.
I mean, for 3,000 people in local with a bunch of fighters on grid, it wasn't that bad. I was shocked it only took 4 hours, which is a good thing, I guess, if we're going to be fighting over a lot of these keep stars.
Expected to take longer. I said that.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of tether mechanics, but overall, I think it was somewhat fine. At least without a bunch of supers and titans on grid, there's some actual fighting going on. So, yeah, I'm okay with it. The rogues were a nice touch. Getting those out on short notice was pretty good. That countered our ravens pretty quickly to an extent, forced us to keep warping in. Few FCs made a few mistakes, and got, hit by the practice, which honestly, if you're an FC and you make a mistake in this fleet, in one of these Keepstar fights and get your fleet killed, like, you're fucking awful and you deserve to never FC again. So we won't have those guys ever fucking FC again, clearly, because losing a fleet in one of those fights is inexcusable.
Especially to a bombing run, right?
Absolutely,
Like,
absolutely.
what fucking noob
gosh,
gets bombed in
the worst, right? Yeah.
That was just so well played.
Yeah, I mean, so real talk though, like those fights are tough, man. Because of like, I don't think a lot of people realize in normal non-tie-dye fights, like the speed of those battles hides a lot of things. Like, I generally, especially when I'm FCing, like I take a ton of risk that I know I can get away with because we're moving really fast and there's no way the enemies could possibly be prepared for what we're about to do. In tie-dye, all that goes out the window. Everything you do happens in super slow motion. So even if they weren't prepared for it, they see it happening. They have plenty of time to react to it. So I think during the fight, one of the Horde FCs messed up and warped directly to a wreck at 0. Now, if that was 0 tie-dye, he probably would have gotten away with that if he reacted quick enough. But in tie-dye, he was fucked. The moment we saw him warp to a wreck, we're like, well, dude, you're dead. Praxis are going to warp right to you. And sure enough, the Praxis warped right to him and started smart bombing, and he lost a good chunk of his fleet. So, like, there's really little room for error in those fights when everything's in super slow motion.
See, in my experience, because I'm usually logic, issues you have more time to react to it. So it's kind of interesting to hear from your side that it's like, oh, you made a mistake, like you're fucked.
Oh, the pilots have plenty of time to react. No, it helps the pilots, and it can help the FCs. It depends on the situation. So, like, in that particular situation, it hurt that Horde FC because the mistake he made would have been less egregious without tie-dye. So yeah, sometimes it helps, sometimes it hurts. It depends on what's happening, I guess.
See, the funny thing was I actually pointed that out on the coverage with the INN fight, which was really funny. Is I caught them warping to the wreck and I pointed it out, and my other commentator Sven was literally saying how he always warps to like wrecks and stuff and uses them as perches. I'm like, no, you never want to do that. And then the Horde
you can
started
use
dying.
them as perches, just don't warp to them at 0.
I know, that's why I'm like,
especially
you don't do this.
Warping to and can also warp to at 0, putting them exactly on the same spot versus where they have to get like a probe cycle, which in tie-dye is like almost
near the wreck, you're warping to like 20 seconds before they landed because of tie-dye.
You can see where they're aligning.
Yeah.
Well, I asked Billy this, so I'm gonna ask you this real quick. What Keepstar are you most looking forward to attacking in Delve?
The 1DQ1 Keepstar, clearly.
Which one?
Oh, right. I was there the other day, and I didn't see the names of them.
Oh, it's an interceptor, I believe.
Yeah, we had those
Where
interceptors
we murdered
there.
you?
You got fucked in the ass.
Oh, we came out as positive.
It's positive.
Any fight goes to 1DQ will just go as positive because the amount of retards that just warp in blindly and feed.
It's true.
Yeah.
You are not wrong.
Yeah, it's like oh, there's a 100-man gang in my staging system. Time to bring out my Varga and solo them.
Yeah, pretty
We
much.
had you guys had like a 200-man Munich fleet in GTECM on the like Antiplex the other day there, and like some AOM nightmares just like, yeah, I'll go through that. Like, and we're all like, no, and he's just
What
like,
are you doing?
Then he almost made it back to the Anti.
In their defense, I never check intel before undocking.
Oh, dude.
I only
don't
recently
either.
figured out what the test intel channel was called, like this year,
Intel?
I think. No, just in general, I've never joined it. The Esoteria one.
Have you ever been in a channel like Theta?
I don't know what Theta is. I know it's like an
Yeah,
old
why didn't-
sig.
I think it would be the closest to
Imagine
Bacon
this
Bar.
level of dumb question.
It's not.
from
Yeah,
Both
it's,
seven.
it's not
Bacon
worth
Bar's
the
dead. Rest
time.
in peace.
Yeah, it's not worth the time to explain.
I have one of your refugees in my corp now who constantly likes to tell us about how he was kicked out of Bacon Bar.
Which refugee is this?
Bacon
Deodorant?
Bar.
Oh, fucking
Does that ring a
deodorant, yeah.
bell?
No.
Oh,
Probably not.
deodorant.
How do you
Sapporo
get kicked
himself.
out of Bacon Bar? It's a
Apparently Sapporo
It's
himself kicked
surprised.
him out. And I have the logs to show it because he sent me the
Probably
screenshot.
block.
If
Apparently-
Sapporo kicks you out, you must be doing something incredibly
I
toxic.
know, and now I have him, so I don't know
So
what
it
I'm
was
going to do with him.
something to do with deodorant saying you wanted to do something with Sapo's wife.
I don't know if it was
Yeah, I
Sappho's
mean
wife.
that might do it actually. That might get you kicked from the channel by Sapo. I don't know.
Deodorant is one of my fanboys, so don't talk shit about him.
What
He,
the fuck are we even talking about?
I don't know. I'm just having, it's Theta. Who cares? Like, we're having fun. Jay, do you have any questions for our enemy FCs here? Or any words of like caution?
What do you mean words of caution?
I don't know.
She's like,
I want to
She's
pretend
like,
like
you
we
want
know.
him
Am
to
I,
warn? Hey, she just.
do I need
she,
to worry about something? Is like someone gonna
Oh, no.
show up at my apartment or?
No. Okay,
No, she just recognized the the pecking order instantly. She just wanted to you not to get worried that we're gonna come beat destroy all your rocks or something.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm hoping to alleviate
Oh,
that tomorrow by getting my apology out before the
No, but
Yeah, we
before
saw
the
that.
keep start timer.
if you did go home, Dawn Rhea would be much happier. So she could just mine. So like, if you can just.
Are you saying that you're not
Girl,
allowed, that you're
idiot.
not able to mine while we're Billy?
I'm
This is
the-
good intel. I like
No,
to know this.
Forgot, I'm the
Billy,
head,
let's
I'm
take
one of the
notes.
heads of
I'm not
mining
sure.
in Delve right now.
Delva has never been safer than this time in history. Like, have you not read Reddit?
Like Pergot, to be
Oh,
fair,
that's
like
some
Ragnar
Dave
and I,
Stark posted that, right?
I have a
Dude,
safe time.
I came out of warp on that rogue fleet and sorted by name and looked for Dave Stark and shot him first.
you want to kill Dave Archer first?
No, just Dave Stark.
Oh, I think I remember him.
Oh, so
But
just
I mean,
get the axe first.
Constantly.
I mean, to be fair, Ragnar and I are ahead of
To be
mining.
fair, Valk get the same treatment for a while, so it's
Yeah.
only
So,
fair.
may I tell you that since before the war and now during the war, the same activity as being done through defending oracles because everyone's a fucktard in a fucking oracle.
Honestly,
That's universal.
Starting
That's
by
universal.
you, Don.
what? I mine safely. Listen, if 100 harpies can't solve the problem, you have a much bigger problem.
This is actually true. This is very
Like,
true.
when people attack Delve because they're fucking pussies here, they just like send like some bombers out, including a Mr. Sapporo or Seppo or Sadao or I don't remember which one. One of them decided to show up in a Tengu with like 3 other bomber fleets that just happened to
Seto
attack
is
the
no
same
longer
workload at the same
associated
time.
with Test, by the way.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Tomato potato here, okay? But like,
Yeah,
I literally had 3 bomber fleets all converge on the same work wall to attack him. All I had to do was send 30 harpies to go scare them off. They stood on grid like idiots fighting, and we killed them all. Like,
Cool story.
yeah.
Did you loot like a Fed Navy web or
I
something?
fucking wish I
Now,
had.
if I was
Oh.
PGL or Billy, I'd be more.
Jesus Christ.
Would it just motivate me to destroy us and eradicate us as coming on here?
Oh, me.
Jeez, talk about their fucking misery.
That Don Rhea is so stupid. Just fucking kill her to
Well,
end the misery.
Don't worry,
It's
it's
fine.
coming
Honest, I'm
soon.
not gonna lie. I was very surprised we were even allowed on the show.
Yeah, I was too.
Well,
Actor won't talk to
I-
me.
I mean,
most
as
of the other
long as-
The,
FPs
the
will.
standards quite clearly aren't very high, so
As long as you're nice and respectful, it's fine.
Always
It's
been
just more
respect.
about like as long as you don't like Like, we're not gonna be mean. We're gonna poke fun and talk some shit, but as long as you don't be like blah blah blah
Yeah,
blah blah.
we get it. We get it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if only we could get you to talk to itself, then things will get real interesting.
Oh, we killed Cedo's Titan after he left us.
Yeah, that was
That
funny.
was really fun. Oh yeah, so thank me for that one. So fucktards couldn't finish the deal.
Cedo's fine.
So, how's
Nothing against
Esoteria
the guy.
right
I just saw a Titan and yeah.
That sounds good. It's about as safe as Delve.
now? Do you have a lot of people camping you right now, or like, is it stressful over
Honestly, we
there?
have
Honestly,
cloaky campers than during the frat war by a long
yeah,
shot.
like we're under way less pressure than during the frat war.
Like during the frat war, we had a cloak camper every single system, 24/7, every day.
And there was like a dread drop every other day. Like it was crazy.
Are you in range of NPC regions anywhere? I'm just curious. I don't
Or
know much about Esoteria.
Stain has range on Northwest ESO.
Part of it.
Yeah, which is kind of like basically a no man's land, and then most of the time people will gate dreads in through the VYJ gate, and then they're on range of a decent chunk of SO. We've had dread drops at pretty much every part of ESO at some point.
Do you guys worry about that normally, like every day, or is it more
I
just like when
really,
you see a move?
I have trouble. Well, Villy cares more about the miners and ratters than I do.
You don't want to get dread kills?
So you don't kill about the little guys?
Like,
no.
This is what I'm hearing now.
what's
yeah.
wrong with you? Why wouldn't you want to kill the dreads? I have dreads every fucking day wanting to drop and delve.
Yeah, I
gotta be-
mean, usually it's a prepared drop, and then you're flash forming and kind of not prepared. If they're dropping dreads, usually it's because they have a plan. I mean, there's been some bad dread drops,
No,
but
let
usually they
me
have a plan.
to you, buddy.
To be fair,
Mhm.
it's also important to understand.
There's not. If it's like one or two, we don't have a fucking plan. Let's just
Yeah.
shoot each other.
Yeah, but the thing is, you guys have raw numbers, right? It's important to understand that, like, you guys operate so entirely differently than we do. We never stage
Yeah.
Esoteria. Like, literally,
Yeah,
last
our
3 years, we
supers
haven't
are
staged.
never at home. It's usually just our second cap fleet, which is not as big as our main cap fleet, clearly.
But it's a fundamental.
Is that why they call it the second cat fleet
Yeah,
instead
the
of the
artwork.
main cat fleet?
pretty much.
Got it.
Uh-huh. But yeah, I mean, you've seen us drop caps on you guys in Esoteria when you bring subcap fleets in. Like, we don't drop that much, but
Yeah,
that's
that's
pretty much all
mostly
we have in
me.
Houston.
I'd bring the Thrasher fleets of like 50 Thrashers, and y'all drop dreads on me. How
We've
rude.
also seen test FCs bring in Drakes into Delve, and then we end up dropping Titans on them. So
Yes.
I mean, that's no different from anywhere, right? You
don't
guys
drop-
take our Entosis guys.
let me
Thank you for using an advantage you have.
let's cut down this like super cap thing, okay? We haven't dropped Titans or supers on anybody in probably 8 months because CCP made them completely worthless.
That is not true. We have dropped them in Delve.
Okay, it's because they jumped to the side.
Not
It was
even
not
Delve,
my fault.
actually. It was it wasn't at Delve. It was
I
Pancake.
believe you've dropped supers on me quite a few times in the last week.
Yeah, we've dropped supers
Okay.
on Don.
It's been about 60 days, and
You guys dropped your super carriers on my fucking Harpy fleet the other
You're
day.
special,
Yeah, we
though,
did.
ProGod.
It's been 7 days since I completely made up a statistic about.
You're special, though. Like,
I
for the
am
normal, like, shitler that wants to come around and shoot pew a fucking Rorqual, we just send harpies or something at it.
You know, with the amount that your leadership pings about my kill mails and, all of the actions that I do and everything I say on comms, I am starting to get that feeling that I'm special.
You are. I mean, it's meme worthy.
Yeah.
Everything you say and do is meme worthy.
I mean, I think it's personally hilarious that we kind of have that joke of constantly alphaing you off the field as much as we can, and I find that quite hilarious.
Never forget that.
We use that to our advantage, quite honestly.
You said, Jess?
Every story interval, and yeah, exactly. Like you played him the other day. I was like, don't Doomsday. They need ProGod with the keep. I was like, does Doomsday can touch in the monitor, and it'll be like hilarious because that's his plan. And they didn't listen to me. The Legion.
Why don't you just take control of the Keepster, Jay?
You
Have a
can't
roll,
kick
click on
someone
keep
out
stars.
once they're in.
You can tell Kairos
yeah,
to
you
step
can.
out of it.
Well, I mean, you can, but I don't know if Jay had a character that could.
I don't have any roles in any corporation.
Rainer, you can do it, right?
No.
Oh,
Well,
you
it
are the
depends
leader
on
of
who
the
owns it. But no, I couldn't.
Jay. You are the leader of the 1111. You have roles in that corporation.
Mifune, I think Pacify wants it. You can bring Pacify in. That's okay.
Oh, does Pacify want to come in?
Yeah, he's allowed if he wants to come in. He could just be in here.
Hello,
It's fine.
Pacify.
I don't know if he's paying attention.
Don't tell any of your stories, by the way. It's against probably Twitch ULI.
99% of them are against Twitch rules. The Jolly Rancher one is not allowed.
So aren't you glad that I still haven't broken any of the Twitch thingies?
Yes, and we are very proud of you.
All you
Declorian.
have to do.
Just keep.
I know a great way
doing
Declorian could do it.
Please don't. I'm trying not to lose my spot on the INN team, considering I just got it like 8 days ago. So like, let's not break any of those rules.
Can one of you drag Syndic back in?
Yeah, I don't know where he went, but yeah, bring Syndic back. He's been good. Thank you. So, Pacify, do you have a question for our guest? If not, that's fine.
Not specifically, to be honest.
Just wanted to come say hi. Okay.
Yeah.
This morning, like, Mango was really pissed at me. I went with Jackdaws to Paragon, so they chased me for like 3 hours. It was really fun. They tried to headshot me like at least 6 times.
Jay, Jay, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
You're privy to this information. Why is every ping from Asher Matani mention my name at some point? Is that like a strategy this war or something?
I don't really read out pings that much, but I don't think I mentioned it that much, surely.
3 times.
We have a decent meme just
I
in
guess
general.
yeah, okay, I guess that's true. 3 times. Yeah, I was reading them now.
Because he's meme worthy.
Man, I don't know, dude. I mean, they admire you, obviously. Like,
that's the feeling I'm getting, honestly. Don't worry. It's probably gonna.
That's simping.
I've heard you, and I feel like I haven't been doing my part to provide the ProGod content that you guys clearly crave.
Yeah.
And I will do better. I will do better, and I will announce my plans for that tomorrow.
Can you post more in the Piggleman Telegram?
What is the Piggle? Oh yeah, that thing. that was fun.
So
Yeah.
PGL, I have a question for you, and this may or may not be done because I don't have a full understanding of it, but maybe you can clear this up. So it's my understanding that before this entire war even started, Test went on a small deployment to screw with the people in Stain. Do you feel like that may or may not have hurt or help you in your quest to get to period basis in Delph?
That's just not true. That didn't happen.
That didn't happen? Okay. Maybe I was misunderstood then with the corp sig things or something.
Did you receive that information from Matani? Because you got to be
no,
careful
I received
about
that information from various sources.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just a puppy, so don't.
Deployed into Stain in like November when we killed the 37S Keepstar.
Yeah, maybe that's where I'm getting my confusion from. It was just my understanding that you guys were in Stain to mess with people that lived there, and I wasn't sure if that was like a whole thing that may have evolved into them hating you and then preventing you from coming.
Hating us for like 3 years since we evicted them from Esoteria.
Yeah. Honestly, it's been easier to deal with ever since we actually live in Esoteria now. This is the first time we lived in ESO in years, and now we actually have people who will respond to fucking Necosis reinforcement notifications, which we can never get them to do while we were deployed. It was really annoying. Like we used to have to run constant. We used to have to rotate about 3 or 4 corps away from our deployments just to run ADM fleets and keep the ADMs up in Northwest ESO, and we don't have to do that anymore. So it's kind of nice.
What do you mean you have to do it now? What system?
All of them. You know where you guys dropped
Yeah.
like 75 Athenors?
Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
that area.
They all.
What have y'all
one
done
of
with
the
those
systems-
Athenors, by the way? I haven't been keeping track of that.
Does it matter what we do with them?
That was a
Sure.
Never
big brain,
did.
big
It
brain
never
maneuver.
did.
Hey, let's drop 75 in one system. They didn't contest it. Oh fuck, we haven't got any refits for them.
Yeah, that was
Now-
actually the funny part. We were banking on, from what I understand, we were banking on you actually pewing them, but you didn't. So it was like, oh
Why
shit, what do we do?
Why would we?
I don't know.
Like, that was the funny thing. We're like, oh, let's go drop 75 Athenors in a single system and like brag about it. And we're all like, okay. Like,
what
what to do?
system? What system can I put them in next?
I don't
Asking
know.
you,
Why
my
don't,
friend.
why don't you do HHQ next? Is next door.
HHQ? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Didn't we put? We had like 3 systems we put a shit ton in, and you guys killed one system, but you didn't kill the other ones.
You only
Something
kill the
like that.
like if any of them matter, we usually kill them. But the vast majority of them don't matter, right? So the systems that
matter.
actually matter are game high enough that you can't really
No one,
Athenor
no
spam
one
them.
here
So.
has any power in deciding where these actually go.
I have no
Don't worry
power.
about
Don't
Well,
worry.
the
Anything you tell me means
At
nothing.
least we follow through with stuff, you know. We don't just start to write an apology and then post a screenshot about how we promised.
Oh,
You gotta build hype, man. You gotta get people, let people. Well, actually, no. I just like today was kind of like the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back. Like it really got to me, and I was like,
realize the error of your ways, and you need to
yeah,
apologize.
well, like I wanted to make sure the apology was from the heart, but I also wanted to make sure that the people of Goonswarm knew that it was coming. So I figured this is a good compromise. Like, let them know that I've heard them, I understand them, and that I am going to address their concerns when I have something more, heartfelt and concrete
Yeah.
written.
that's a question I do
Hopefully,
have.
Pro Legend, don't worry, because just like every campaign you've ever done, you quit halfway through writing the apology.
Oh my god!
I do have a question. Like during your
I'm still here on
soda,
this one. I guess we still have time to quit though.
during your soda, you're like, we must rid the game of goons. They're so bad for the game.
No, I said goon leadership. I didn't say goons.
It's
Which
tomato
you like-
potato here.
like,
Tomato
who do you
potato.
like here? Because like there's a couple of the goon leadership here. Like, do you not like these people?
No, I've
How do
always
you-
liked Jay.
How can you not like Jay?
I like Jay.
Gay for Jay.
I don't believe
I
it.
like Basher too. I told Dasher that, and he was like, "Well, you still are," and he wouldn't want to talk to me anymore.
Okay, when you say goon leadership, you're including all of them, which means Barana
I
and
think you know who
Min
I think you
and
know who I'm
Jay
referring
and
to.
Asher. Yeah, but like,
I think
really,
you know
all
who
you
I'm
had to do was
referring
be
to.
like, "Yo, we want to have some good fights. Let's go." And all of us in Goonswarm would be like, "Fuck yeah!" But y'all were like, "We're gonna exterminate you." So now we're like, "Oh, really? Okay."
Whoa, Goonswarm's about good fights. When did this happen?
We've always been about good
Well,
fights. It's just y'all's
I
in the
brought-
way.
I brought RPs to fight your Cerberuses the other day, and the Cerberuses run. So
I bring
So-
like 2 dreads against
Were there a
50
bunch of caps on
Cormorant.
standby, ready to drop?
no,
There's
No, no,
always
no.
there's always
no, there was no. I'm going to be honest with you. There wasn't. It was complete. And
No,
Jay
why
can
would-
vouch.
Why
for
wouldn't you fight our scram harpies in your server?
that.
buddy.
Jay
What's
can
fun-
vouch me on that. I had no capitals. I had nothing to back me up.
What's fun is when I hear about fleets that go against things, I'm like, oh no, don't do that. But
Really
yeah,
fun
like,
is walking go far into fucking everything you see.
like you really didn't have to like soda like raw Goonies are bad. Like
I had 3,000 people watching my stream. I think I did.
no, you
I
didn't.
think
You
I
didn't be like,
absolutely had to do that.
you did not. Just be like, you know what? Fuck it.
You guys listen to the
Flip
like
table.
State of the Goonion thing?
Yeah, it was pretty. Batani called me an incel the other day, so
I mean, do you like your mom?
I think the actual term used was simp cell.
It was like insults and the Donald posters.
I showed him this video on Twitter of this sim cell thing, and he
Isn't
fucking built
what is a simp cell?
I'm just saying, if you had just in your soda been like, you know what, we want to go push in the Goonies because we haven't had a good fight and they're really big and it's time to get a good fight in. Honestly, all of us would be like, thumbs up, let's do it. But you're all like, fuck the Goonies. They're too big. They need to die. Even though, like, we all know, like, the second, like, we're kind of like quartered off in some whatever corner we end up in, if we do, y'all are next. And it's not necessarily by us either. It's gonna be Pam Fam, like fucking your shit in.
Oh, Pam Fam and I are great friends now. We
Yeah,
get
that's
along
what
great.
you think. That's what you think. Headliner is a sneaky motherfucker.
No, after we remove you guys, we're all just gonna kind of get together and turn it into Serenity 2.0 and go to Eve events and get drinks and be friends and
So
compete.
basically,
See who can rat the most ISK up. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be
yeah, so
great.
basically you are going to eliminate the ones that make the stale to then you make it stale.
No,
So-
honestly, like after you guys are gone, like shit's gonna get absolutely
We're not
crazy.
gonna be gone.
People-
What's fucking wrong with you?
Oh,
What do you mean gone?
I mean,
what do you mean gone? Like
that's the spirit. I like to hear
I
that.
have,
But
I
you
have
know,
4 capitals. I could fucking
where will
assassinate
Dawn
3 of them,
lie?
and I don't
you're
care.
right. You have 4 capitals. You could get in anywhere. Like, 4
I don't give a
capitals, you'll get recruited by pretty much anybody. You won't be gone.
No, I'm just saying, like, where are we gonna go?
Well, that's actually a really good question.
Yeah.
You should probably start thinking about that.
I mean, NPC Delve is
Wait.
fine because I know what to deal with on that bullshit. I've fought it
You
for
wanna
3
answer first?
years.
Just the showing of something like Theta is already showing you that the community is not going to disappear. That's for sure.
Oh, of course
Dawn has
not.
only had half a bottle of bourbon. It's fine.
Very
Oh, yeah.
mindful was
We,
kicked out.
you know what we should do after this war? We should all get together and burn Jita. That's a great idea. I like that
No,
idea.
test stands for the little guy. We don't burn Jita.
No, you don't.
They stand for the little guy without caring about the minors.
You don't do shit. It's fine though.
When Froga says that, what he means is Billy cares about the little guy, but he doesn't give a shit. Right?
Pretty much. Well, no, it's not true.
I mean, Pam Fam is what, double your size? Why wouldn't
like,
they hit you next? What?
What's the incentive?
Why not?
Because
What's
why
the
not? Isn't that the incentive for getting us out of here?
What is your incentive for shooting us? Fucking why not, right?
I told you this. I thought I laid it out in like my 95 theses on Twitch the other day.
I missed part of them. I only got 2.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, okay, you shoot us, and I understand. Don't get me wrong here. I understand why. We're very large as a solo coalition. So us versus Test, we have bigger numbers. Us versus Pam Fam.
Large.
What? Do you need blue pill
Alright.
to get large? It's fine. So like us versus Pan Fam, similar numbers, maybe a little bit more than them, depending upon the day. I get it. So if you two together, kicks our ass. But we had no intention of.
Hell yeah.
I mean, we're not going to make it.
We are
easy.
beating that ass.
Don't make it creepy.
Well, I'm not seeing anything convincing. Mifune, I think we need to put a standard logo on the stream, just saying the views of Don Rhea are not like.
I speak for myself. Everyone knows that. I mean nothing in this alliance other than the occasion.
What you're asking, Kegels, is that will there be rental opportunities in Delve for Dawn to continue mining?
No, fucking
Billy,
don't.
you know what? The idea you never considered is rent some of them back to members of the Imperium.
Billy and Pete Pickles here. Can I just have ZXB? That's all I want. If I can just live there, I'm happy.
If you need
the right price.
I can mental manage all these people.
I just want to live in
Honestly,
ZXB.
I never actually considered it, but it is a good idea to rent some of them back.
You and me set up a rental empire right now.
Be really funny, to be honest with you.
Are you guys gonna do the same thing?
Now that you said it, you're like, shit. Some people are actually gonna do that.
Got him.
Like, that's the craziness of it.
Are you gonna do what Darwinism did and like take a little bit of Aquarius, like just take one constellation of Delve and then make them huge, massive Reddit post advertising you?
No, we did that once. It was like 2014 or whatever. We were fighting Sword Dragon, I think, in Aquarius, and we took like a constellation off him with like a really small group, and we started renting it back to the people that were evicting us.
Honestly, it's really
remember
funny
that.
what you did to Sword.
I remember, so about that 2014 Darkness Living Aquarius thing, Nully was going to join up with that coalition, and I shut our alliance down rather than join up with the Sword Dragon coalition. I just posted and I was like, nope, we're done. Sorry, guys, but it's time.
Some things we can agree on, PGL.
Well, he's your coalition, not ours.
So, PGL, can I get confirmation? Are you indeed gay for Jay?
And if you're not, that's the wrong answer.
I might be a little Jay curious.
Jay curious?
That's a step in the right direction.
No. That's
People
the
treat me
pussy.
as an object. This is the thing I don't like about the pyramids. They treat me as an object. I'm sure.
Treat you? You're the one who posts it. He puts out pings like which penis
I've
would you
never
go for first?
actually said any of that.
Bull.
One thing I actually am a little bit curious about is there like a bidding war or whatever between all the different Pappy alliances on who gets to fly the flag in 1DQ, who gets to take the TCU?
Oh, that's interesting.
You guys can
That's
have it.
a
Fuck
little
it.
bit of a,
I mean, all the space has already been divided up, so I don't know if
Who's getting ZXP? Who do I need to sweet talk here?
You're talking to the right people.
All right,
You
say
could get people to bid in minerals so that you could actually build all those dreads you claim you built.
yeah. Let's talk about that.
Okay, you want to talk about dreads?
Yeah, let's talk about dread.
Okay.
I had a dread mysteriously appear in one of my hangers. How's it going? We look at the
Someday.
NER. There is no way, unless you're stealing from the Imperium, there's no way you have as many dreads as you say you do.
We did steal half the ore from the Imperium.
And now that I could
Remember
believe.
you guys actually like sold it to us at one point.
I can believe that.
But like, how many dreads do you think we have?
11 billion.
Like, you guys are making statements like, I don't believe you guys have all the dreads
A
you say.
lot less
How many
than
do you
the
think we
fact
say
that
we
you
have?
claim to put in build.
Wait, so what are you talking about? Like when I said we built 400 dreads the first week or 500 dreads the first week?
I don't fucking know.
Because like that was like
poking.
verifiable. Like you could have seen us move them. We moved all of them at the same time. Like it wasn't like spread out over a few weeks.
Now you brought up
I'm
the
not saying you don't have 500 dreads. I'm saying you did not put 500 dreads in build that week.
Yeah, we did actually.
Yeah, we did. We did in Igniting.
screenshots or didn't happen.
I
look at
mean,
the
you don't have to believe
Unless
this.
you're
Like,
building them in lab ISEG.
no, we built them in the Igniting Sodio with the Thuker rig. That's the whole reason we put it there.
The igniting thing is like no one's figured out the genius of that, but I appreciate where it is. You know.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That location is very big brain.
Yeah.
Now,
It's almost like FCs are deciding some of these things.
now you have claimed you have 100 Titans in cache. Why didn't you have 200 pilots instead?
No, we didn't. We don't have 100 in kit. Did we claim that?
Listened to your Sotia. Soda. You said that, and I quote: "We have 100 Titans in cache, plus the 400 from fucking NCPL, which is but at here. Not that impressive, but you guys thought it was impressive.
Sounds like two different things.
No.
I
Nobody
will.
listened to
I
it.
will interpret your question as saying that you've said you have a lot of Titans, and to that I will say yes, we do.
I haven't seen them because I know we have a lot of Titans.
Okay, here's the question:
them
do you think
soon.
you guys have more Titans than we do?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Are you counting
Yeah.
the ones that aren't going to log in?
I mean,
Why wouldn't they log in?
Count the ones that won't log in, yes.
So on the topic of Titans, I always wanted to ask PGL and Billy this. A few weeks ago, I think it was early in the war, Mad Cows actually stole an unmanned Leviathan from an unfueled test pos. And
Yeah, he stole an. How did this story go? He stole a Leviathan out of a pos in a system that had no poses, on a pos that had an empty force field, in a system next door to a Keepstar.
I literally listened to the fleet that brought him home. So yes, he did steal it.
Whoa, there's a difference between bringing a Titan home and a Titan actually get.
Somebody had a Titan out there. Now
I have no doubt whatsoever that they had a Titan character who was in test that they wanted to switch corp with. But to say he was like stolen out of a pos, like we literally went through the system where he's like, "Well, we stole the pos from this system." It's like, nope.
Really, stole it from the pulse. He went on his tappy character and unanchored the pulse.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the story was believable. I believed it when I first read it.
Because
I mean, what actually happened.
Mad Cows.
If there would have been an XL SMA like on the kill board, I would have never even questioned it for a second, right? But it's like there was just too many things that didn't add up. It's like,
And I can understand that. I just wanted to know what you guys thought about it because I was a part of a fleet at the
These people are
time.
leading alliances. They like that's what, like honestly that like level of thing happening is like so like bat an eyelid doesn't matter. It doesn't even register in your mind. So okay, cool. Someone.
Yeah.
Well,
But then again, if you want to talk about stealing stuff, how do we talk about some bombs in your structures, right? Like, how do you guys feel about, 600 billion structure bombs getting stolen? Like,
That was some funny shit. Like, good job on that.
well, exactly, right? Like, so as much as the Leviathan one's not real, like that one's at least hilarious.
It was pretty funny. I haven't heard the story. What happened?
You guys had one of the renter ACLs, I guess it was.
Set used to be in Spawn and they were added to a bunch of rental Athenor ACLs. No one removed them after they left because who goes through and checks things. And it turns out they could still dock and gun structures, so they just went around stealing a bunch of bombs and shit. It was funny.
That is amazing.
Structure's worth of like the thing is the
What about
bombs,
the
the
Iron Guard?
structure guided bombs, like the heavy ones, are like fucking massive and a pain in the ass to move, right? So they literally asset safety everything from like 1,000 Athenors.
That
like 600
is
billion.
fantastic.
They like to brag because Pinecone cannot like keep it together, man. But how he's still doing that?
It's
Like,
fine, dude.
I
It's
can't
always you, man. Your shit's fucked. It always is.
I can't stop fucking corps that own their own Sotios and
Well, the problem
not
is
fucking
the
do it.
ACL setup thing is just not
All right, guys. I
clean
gotta
enough
go.
that,
I'll see y'all
that
later.
Bye,
people can
ProGod.
figure it out.
Thank you, ProGod.
Sorry, I'm there.
The ACL stuff is just not clean enough that people can like audit it cleanly and make sure it's nice and beautiful.
What do I have to pay to get Pinecones to like die forever in game, non-fatally?
To be honest, Pinecones is going to be one of the alliances growing the most from this, probably.
Ah, it's not like I can't deal with them. It's just more annoying,
You
It's
gotta
like
have
that
their own.
war.
Asking for a mercenary contract? Is that what you're asking
I just
for?
want him to go away. Like, go bother somebody else because like he just likes to like sling shit out of nowhere. And like while other people don't care, I probably care too much.
Are we
I
talking
care
about
about the dumbest
Wally, or
shit.
are we talking about like
No,
Pinecones with
a
conifers?
special pine cone, like in
Dude
fucking
in
TTT
NSH.
chat.
There's a dude in NSH called a special pinecone. She doesn't like him.
Cause
And
he's
she's
such a
feeding.
bastard. He's so
Stop
mean.
feeding.
Whoa.
He's so mean.
Listen, you don't know what kind of background he was raised in.
It's true, but
When someone's in Trash Talk Tuesday and you get really pissed off at them, they've won.
I mean, this show was a complete copy of Trash Talk Tuesday because I was told by my boss not to go on there anymore, and I
Yeah.
wanted to be able to go on a show.
So Dawn comes into Theta Comms one day and she's going, I just got yelled at because I was on Trash Talk Tuesday and I really just want to do my own show since they won't let me on there. And I'm like, Dawn, I have over a gigabyte upload and down speed. I will be more than capable and more than happy to stream on Twitch for you if I can. And we
You
were
guys
like,
were
fucking
so
bet.
caught up in actually doing a show, you never stopped to wonder, should we do the show?
Should we have it? No.
Oh,
But we fill a niche that no one has. We know absolutely
third
nothing
degree.
about what's going on.
Third
Exactly.
degree
A
burns.
bunch of puppies running a show. It's pretty damn funny.
Did
Yes,
Jay
sir.
talk about the Eye of Terror at all?
Which one?
The Keepstar chain.
Which one?
Yeah, they discussed it at the start.
Oh, okay. Start.
That's,
You had linked it to us. I didn't know about it because, like, I really don't pay attention to low sec or high sec because, like, fuck that shit.
Too busy mining.
That's my job until Kumi tells me not to.
Actually mining an adventure in HiSec right now.
I'm mining on Electro.
Imperium members reduce the mining and high sec. There you go. Heard it here first.
I'm mission running high sec, thank you.
God.
So Billy's got his cute little chain of Keepstars, which from the thing you sent me, it looks like it's going to take like 12 hours to get from Fat, which is the funny
way
name,
down to
system name, to like Mahamara.
Marmiha, yeah.
Marmina?
Let's be clear here. It's not going to be a fun ride, but you guys are worth the squeeze. Okay, you guys are worth it.
I
Honestly,
feel a
thought
little
you were
special.
gay. Honestly, I'm kind of a little disappointed that there's been no gating in.
Yeah,
What?
well,
Have an epic battle in 40 minutes.
I could tell you we thought about it, but we were like,
Yeah.
we had all these plans of like how we were gonna like take Titan battles like outnumbered 3-1 using regional gates, and then we're like, oh, I guess that works in reverse too. It's like
Outnumbered.
so much for that. Yeah, well, we were planning like how we were gonna fight you guys Titan on Titan alone to a degree. So
Titans are so neutered compared to what they used to be. They went from 60
not if your
million
opponent is
EHP
sitting on a regional gate like this.
No. They
The
went
number
from
the
60
number
million
3
EHP.
is still the number 3.
They went from 60 million EHP to like 20 to 30 on a good day.
Or like 45.
He's not
45 is
not
for like
talking about
levies
EHP
and
at all.
komodos only, with
Enemy fleet
nirvanas and
gated from the
boosts.
gate, and half their fleet is out of range of hitting your Titans, then it doesn't really matter, does it?
Scorch supremacy. I don't know.
Most Titans get about 45 million HP pretty comfortably now in a Titan fight level situation.
I don't. Yeah, maybe around there. But it's still like they went from like 200 million on like high level to like nothing. T2 dreads are like super strong.
More important, I got more people following me on Instagram because of this.
Yeah, Billy V checked out his Instagram. It's got some interesting links.
I avoid that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it'd be not something Billy does if you knew anything about him.
I mean, we go as long as we want, but you know, if you guys have to leave, I understand.
I'm already on Grindr, like fuck you.
This is DeClorian's just on his phone scrolling through Grindr, listening
Yeah,
to Vaughn and Billy.
This is what I do on Thursdays.
I'm
This is what I do on Theta every day.
I mean, it's kind of what I do too. So, what's coming up next week?
Orion swipes right on Grinder and Rhea.
Well, I assume you guys have already seen the pings, so.
Where you
really
have to
doesn't
realize,
much
Billy,
care.
we are not like directors, etc. We don't get access to your special spy
Like,
pings.
I 100% do not have a spy in any corp because that is a lot more effort than I want to put out here. So I'm sure other people do.
Don't spawn belts, so why would you have?
Well, then I won't say what's going to happen next
What
week.
do you mean you're not gonna say? Can you at least once again make it in at least USTZ so I can join in?
No.
Bastard.
Well, you guys timed your shit to Euro. It's not like we can do much about it.
We didn't time it. That's what's always been. Because if you're
That was
like
a choice,
over in
not
USTZ,
like you guys couldn't have switched your stuff to US time zone.
that takes 30 days and you know it.
Start now.
Did you change your shit?
We actually did.
Good. Because then I can fucking join in.
Yeah, Don, you are going to be on the offensive team, so don't worry.
I am not doing any Entosis fleets with you, Mr. DeClorian, because you will abandon me to die.
See,
And
this
it's
is
the
why
funniest thing about my fleet.
If you could retime all your shit, Billy, so I can actually do some hacking, that'd be really nice. Thank you.
Yeah, no.
Do you know who
Billy.
Farmstink? Do you know who Farmstink is?
Yeah, I know who Farmstink is.
Can you tell him to not be such a rude motherfucker?
Oh my god, am I right?
Where
He's
was he
so
being rude to you?
fucking rude.
But trying to fucking Entoast is one of your fuck off IHubs. He's like, I'm a ECM burst you 30 times in 30 minutes. Fucking
That's
asshole.
not being rude.
Oh, but that's fun.
That was being rude.
No, that's fun.
I'm a
I love that.
I'm kind of surprised he didn't just show up in a vigilant and kill you.
He tried, but he couldn't because I ECM'd him and warped away.
Okay.
But I literally
This is going to be
said
the
it.
ECM war, isn't it? At the end of all of this, we're just going to call it fuck it, ECM war.
Yeah, how have you felt about the Entosis war now that because most wars don't really get fought by Entosis that I know of, at least not that we
Yeah.
do. How
Honestly, like
has
as
it
we've
been
said
for
a
you?
couple different times, this is like nothing, like compared to what we ended up having to do in the frat war. So
This is
it's like pretty chill.
like the initial war. Normally, it's soft war done.
It's pretty chill, Billy, because PanFam are doing all the work and Test is doing fuck all.
Yeah.
No, I mean when we were fighting the fraternity war, to kind of clarify, we were getting Entosis hacks by 5 different cable groups like PL, NC, Horde, like and we had space spread out all over the place. We were in Faithabolus, we were in Catch, we were in Impasse, we were like Tenerifis and Detroit and like Esoteria, Paragon Soul. Like when they hit us with Entosis, they would hit us from like 5 different directions with 5 different groups with like 50 people. They would be taking wormholes, so we'd go respond to one, they'd be in the other side of the fucking universe. Like just crazy shit that like obviously like after the war we like compressed our space holdings so that we could actually not have to live through that again. But like
Don't
it
you
was
own like
crazy how
half of
effective.
that side?
This
of the
is why
map?
like Tesla and it's scared since the beginning of the war, and they are like rolling wormholes all over the space whenever they show up. It's normal.
No, I mean like, don't you own half of the map like on that side, or a quarter of the map? I guess
What do you mean?
with ISO and Paragon Soul and Impasse and
Well, Brave
Catch
owns Impasse and
and
Evictus
Faithfulness.
is in Faith, but
No,
like
no, no, no,
the
no.
Evictus
That's the
space used to be
same as
Test,
you.
right?
That's
There's
like the
there's
same as you. I'm talking about legacy total, not just like testicles. Here,
but what I'm saying is that localized responders is the key to a successful Entosis defense, and we didn't have that at the time. Like the Faith Atlas space was literally renter space, and it was impossible to get to and impossible to defend.
I agree. We've had a lot today. How do you feel about the storms? Everybody, Jay, Billy, passed by. People we haven't heard from yet.
Both of them as chem trials, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
I didn't even read about them. Like I didn't read about the Triglavian invasion shit, and I run Niardra to the ground in 17 hours.
Pretty garbage.
Yeah.
When it happens,
I think the storms will be interesting in the end. I don't think they're going to be super exciting for anybody right now.
How do you feel that the first one of them is going to hit you guys first before they hit us, potentially?
I mean, sure, but like
the one and it's going to take forever though, so that's why I'm like, eh.
Well, they said there was going to be 8 of them, right? And there's only like 3 or 4 of them that spawned so far.
There's only 4 of them right now. 2 of the 4 have spawned in Provi block space, and then the other up north. And the big, I guess you could say, problem is that the way that CCP designed the AI mechanic for moving the storms is that the storms will try not to repeat the same system, constellation, and region that they have been in before. So since it's Provi block and it doesn't go into high sec, it can only pretty much go so much into Provi block and then eventually into catch. And then from catch, it'll either hit goon space or it will go towards your space. And that's kind of like the big weird question we have to ask is which way are those 2 storms going to go and how is it going to affect both of our alliances?
Yeah, I don't think it'll really matter, man.
And there's 4.
Like
ends up in Delve, it won't be goon space anymore.
That'll be whatever fucking wrencher they try to put in before we harass them to death.
So basically, what you're telling me is we need to get someone and call him Weatherboy.
Keish, we're trying to get Keish, but he's in Japan right now and is gonna have a very hard time getting on around this time zone.
Nicole, you're gonna have to help with that. But that's like the newest thing is like throwing some storms at us, and they're coming for ESO potentially.
Oh, I can convince Cage to come on the show. Yeah,
that'd be great.
3 hours.
Well, 3.5. We're just hanging out.
Yeah, I woke up for this shit. Okay.
Yeah.
If we wanna leave it at this, that's fine.
Yeah, I still got stat homework to do, man. I got statistics homework due in like 40 minutes.
As I'm saying, like, this is ruining a teenager's life, and we are all fine with it.
No, my teachers know that I'm actually doing this. Surprisingly, I got my statistics teacher to download the game, and I'm going to teach him how to do the market stuff in this game, and then he's going to teach me how to, like, better get into industry and, like, be able to do market shit better.
That's the worst idea ever. Getting your teacher to play the same game as you.
That sounds terrible.
Look, man, my professors seem to be really engaged so far. My English teacher is surprised about the Imperium News Network stuff and all the articles and such we have. So
what I think is now is a great time to call it.
Show them my
Billy, you're welcome to come back as long as You keep it respectful. We will be nice to you as long as you're nice to us, which I think you can handle. Jay, you're always welcome on because you're Jay. I had a good time tonight, just hanging out, talking. This is what Theta Comms is like. We talk about the weirdest shit all night. Does anyone have
I
any?
just want to point out that Mifune is definitely being groomed by a statistics teacher.
Yeah, I
Probably.
also think so. Give him my OnlyFans, okay?
DeClorian,
Enter
I want your
your-
OnlyFans. I still do not have DeClorian's OnlyFans, and it's something I've been wanting all
On
week.
his Twitter. Billy,
I'm gonna send you my OnlyFans, okay? I'm gonna PM you.
Anyways,
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I'm literally just here to try and recruit you guys after this is all over. So.
Recruit us.
Recruit us.
I mean, I'm sure, like they could, they'd probably be fine, like a Victus or something, right?
Yeah, I think
Recruit
that'd
us.
be great.
Victus
Where would
would
I
be a
go?
perfect place for Dawn.
I hate Evictus. They're annoying.
Yeah, they are annoying, aren't
Yeah, but
they?
don't put a lot of Athanol Storm. Think about that, though. Think about
Care
those.
about that shit?
I think
Fix the high tech. I don't care.
Hey, now don't talk mean about Boat. I would recruit Boat in a heartbeat.
Hey, yeah, exactly. Give us a trillion ISK and we give you boat.
He did say that.
I will give you for free.
I'll have
Wait.
screenshots of
Kill.
There's some more info you can share with everyone.
I ironically think Boat is worth more than a trillion ISK.
All right. We'll call it 8 trillion. 8 trillion ISK, and we end the war early, and we give you a boat. How about that?
I just like hanging out with my friends.
Just like buying and selling sports players.
I don't need any money to hang out with my friends. That's why I'm in Goons, because we're having a good time.
No, I just groom Jay all day long.
What to
I don't know
join
how that-
test? I get my own corporation like you have. I want them to be in like a passed around like ProGod is.
Like,
Yeah,
if you're
around
gonna
Platinum.
take Jay, he needs his own Sotio end system for him. He's very needy.
Like
I keep Jay
my own
like
corporation. And if you want to speak to my Diplo, he's actually here. Yeah, pacifies my
I think we
Diplo.
have our own alliance. We could join Legacy, Jay.
We could be like the period basis wing of Legacy Coalition.
I'm gonna send
You
you,
guys-
dick pics all day just to keep you in here, Jay.
You guys interested? If you want to break off,
Give me some.
How
Give me
much-
some
have a
rental rates.
conversation.
Billy, how much you got? That's the
Oh,
question.
lot.
Loading a coalition work. That's
I've
the way around.
seen
We have to pay a membership fee. Well,
A lot to you, Senor Billy.
I don't know. Depends what you're asking for. If we're negotiating now, I don't know.
Well, we can.
How much do you think you're worth?
I'm worth a lot. Honestly, Jay, though, if I could buy Jay, I would. You should jump on that trade.
Okay, for Jay, you can buy him for one night, 6 trillion ISK.
Saying if you can buy Jay or Ash or either one of those, like you're golden.
I don't need to buy any FCs, but
No,
love
no.
you, man.
talking
I'd
about, like,
definitely be interested in.
talking
Paper
about
push
the
is the-
mor-
That's
talking about the morality brain.
what I do. I don't know if so.
Are you not an FC anymore?
No, I just jump right to stuff now.
Jay's the Super Cap FC. He tells every Super Cap what to do.
Dude that runs all the move ops. Like 3 weeks after we do the
No.
initial move.
No, you did one move up and you got someone killed.
No, they got themselves killed because they're retarded.
That was
They
Right.
got themselves killed because they're stupid. Like, how hard is
have a
it to fucking
better move up
refit Boson?
Jay.
Oh, is this the Fountain Titans?
Yeah, I asked them
Yeah.
to fit both ones, and the dude goes, "Okay, I'll fit," and then dude just sits there and dies. The second
Well,
dude,
I mean, it wasn't gonna change the way he was gonna die either way. He might have taken 2 or 3 Titans, 2 or 3 dreads with him, but
It's just
he
a
was
meme.
definitely dead.
we would have killed him all, I think.
If they had Boson, we would have
Yeah,
warped
3 times,
everybody
yeah,
over.
3
And...
times.
No, they came in spread out around the gate, man. They didn't sign him in, right? So they
No,
were
they signed in on top of them. No, wait, what are you talking about? What one?
the White Ash 2 Titans.
No, I was talking
No.
like the ones in KVN a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, those, yeah.
And I told everyone to refit both
The
songs.
one
Like,
Snuff got,
dude,
yeah.
yeah, one dude like got 3 of the bubbles. I told him to warp off, and he like turns around and goes back into the bubbles.
Some levies like, I'm gonna die,
It
motherfucker!
was very frustrating.
Just
One
align the
time
other
I've
way.
been legitimately mad.
Just any other direction would have been great, but he decided right into the bubbles.
I mean, it
So-
sounds fun.
Yeah, if I could kick Verticia's ass, that'd be great.
Don't worry, Vinny.
Tease
I'm
the-
Tooth Fairy's a
Oh,
great
I know
dude.
where that
he's
I love the
interested
Tooth Fairy.
diplomat. We can talk off stream about deals, okay?
All right. I think we can call it Mifune. If
Mhm.
y'all want to hang out, that's fine. But
It
I
was
think
a
we're done for the
wonderful.
night.
It was wonderful to be able to speak to Fountain Frank, Villy, SwordGod. It was a pleasure to have you, and as always, a pleasure to have Jay and Ragnar and DeClorian. So I hope
So
everyone
yeah,
comes
you can
back next
find
week.
me on onlyfans.com/
We hope to see you guys next week. I mean, Theta Thursdays. I hope you all enjoyed it. Have a good night, everyone.
Any meme by you, man, this is my favorite. Please post more. I do enjoy them.